Activision.
Have faith, dude.
Do not play
Have
their own
faith.
game. It's not your dad. Your dad doesn't support you.
You should know. You worked at a coffee shop, you stupid bitch.
My name is Casey, and absolutely not fucking Tanner, because my parents don't hate me that much.
Hey, did they have just 8 patches lined up, but they just didn't release them because they were on break? No, you moron kids.
Then we'll, of course, get into it. Change your fucking name and get scammed. He's feeling under the weather.
I probably won't say another word until Stay Humble, so have a good pod, Raz. I'll be here listening.
Got it. We are live. Welcome,
Jesus Christ,
boys and girls, to the Dropshot Call of Duty podcast, episode number 224. My name is Casey, also known as Razinon. And I mean, it's not 420 anymore, right? Because there's a lot of giggling taking place on this roundtable already.
Leftover.
Leftovers, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
420
okay.
every day.
Well, 420 plays it. We'll perhaps get into that. But welcome to the show. Aside from illicit substances today, we are going to be talking about Warzone. Today is the roundtable, as we've been talking about getting prepared for. And we have some new faces, some returning faces. Fortunately, I literally can't read my monitor with those on. And very excited to get into it. So, we have a fairly loose structure for today, as we've had in past roundtables. And we are going to start, as always, with some introductions. So we're going to go in order, get acquainted, get reacquainted in some cases. And we're going to go from left to right, from top to bottom. If everyone can understand what that means. So left to right and top to bottom. It's going to be tough, and I'm going to help you guys out. I'm going to help you guys out, okay? So we're going to start with Bandit in the top left. Bandit, where are you right now? Because you look like you're in Toontown.
Oh, I am. Yeah, I'm in the Amazon forest. That's my background.
It looks like you're on Caldera, actually.
Well, yeah.
There's not enough trees or bushes.
Well,
there's
no cover, so yeah.
You can actually see people in his background.
Yeah, that's
not Caldera. We know that.
Yeah.
That's a fair point. All right, Bandit, tell us about yourself, buddy.
My name's Bandit. I am a high school football coach, and I'm like their strength and conditioning coach. I play Warzone for fun. I'm a casual.
How much do you squat?
That's it. I haven't like maxed out in a while, but I rep like 285 right now. So
pretty
nothing
strong.
crazy.
How tall are you?
6'2".
Dude, 285 at 6'2"? Good.
Sure.
Real good. I have my friend is shorter than me. It's the only reason he squats more than me. Michael. You know him, Tanner.
Yeah, Michael's a little shorty,
yeah
short little bitch.
Shorty. It's the only reason he squats more than me. Is a giant ass too. Anyway, all right, Bandit. You play on.
Dude, he's caked up.
He's caked
Michael's
up.
Caked
yeah, he's
up,
double
yeah.
cheeked up on every afternoon. Yeah. What platform do you play on? What input method do you use?
Mouse and keyboard, and I'm on a computer, obviously.
Do you play primarily Caldera or Rebirth?
Only Caldera.
Only Caldera.
Yeah, Rebirth is multiplayer, yeah.
And what is your overall KD roughly?
5.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So Bandit is a new face. He has a 5 KD, and he's in the Amazon. Next, a returning guest. One of our most returned guests, I think. Who's had the most guest appearances? Is it this fella?
Definitely
Tanner,
Jake,
actually.
Yeah.
Tanner is a
Jake.
guest who's been on the podcast the most.
Got it.
This is probably number 2. Jake, welcome back, buddy.
Yo, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. You have
Jake,
a Life Rips sweatshirt on, huh?
Sure do.
Just
Sure
unashamed.
do.
So you stand
What
with
is that?
Crystalia, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. I'm in the tall grass.
You're in the tall grass.
I'm in the tall grass wearing all white, spreading ideas.
Is this the log cabin? I think.
This is the log cabin in
Yeah.
the tall grass with the
Got
white,
it.
spreading ideas. Please.
Okay, I understand.
Step up, please.
Remind us what you're all about, Jacob.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah, he was required to show up.
Yeah.
We had to. What is the phrase? Twist his arm to get him back here. But
Which Raz
Jake-
couldn't do because he's a white belt.
Whoa.
Damn.
and I will be Darcy.
He colored it blue with a Crayola.
a Crayola
Yeah.
crayon. Yeah. I don't know if I could stay in the lines. All right. Well, welcome back, Jake. I guess. Cope, tell us about yourself, buddy.
Didn't ask Jake's KD or what he plays on, man. You're losing it here.
Well, okay. Yeah, Jake. KD, what do you play on? What's your
3.6
input
keyboard and
method?
mouse.
Okay, there we go.
PC.
PC.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Thanks. All right, Cope. What's up, buddy? Welcome back.
What's going on, everybody? Coke Cowboy. I'm a dairy farmer. Play Warzone for fun. 2KD. Play on PC, keyboard, and mouse.
So,
Ooh,
dairy
100%.
farmer. What does that entail?
Playing with tits, pretty much.
Yes.
Playing with tits, dude. Let's absolutely go.
Yeah.
How's old bitch doing?
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's the name of Cope's favorite client at work. So,
Yep.
Yeah, very good. All right, welcome back,
Favorite
Cope. Next, Jax. You got better lighting this time.
Yeah, I took that. I took your criticism
Yeah,
into account.
it's better. I'll say that. It's better. What's up, buddy? Tell us about yourself.
Better than yours
Well,
right now. By a lot, actually. So, yeah.
Thanks for having me, guys. I'm a painter and a photographer. I play Warzone just for fun with friends, and I play PC with controller, and my KD's 2.35.
Primarily Rebirth or Caldera these days. I'm not really sure where you're at.
If I have nobody to play with that's online, I'll just play Rebirth. But if I have somebody online, even if I'm playing duos, I'll just play with them on Caldera.
That
But
is
if I'm solo, I just play Rebirth.
yeah, duos on Caldera is real ambitious. It's brave, frankly.
Yeah, we do duo trios usually.
Yeah, none of us do duo.
Because duos
Oh, there
are
you
just
go.
play way different than trios.
That is, of course, true, and perhaps we'll get into that. All right, next, finally, we have perhaps the only redeemable human being on this channel.
I'm not next.
A new face. Well, we'll get into that. A new face for the first time. I think the second young lady to grace to get in the down and dirty in the mud in the trenches with all these pigs. Miss Olive. Olive,
Hello,
welcome.
hello.
Tell us
Thank
about yourself.
you. I'm Olive. I run a business and play COD in my spare time.
Play COD
pretty
in the
much it.
spare time. Run
Play
a business.
COD in my spare time.
I like it. Do you
Those are
play
the only things I do.
primarily Rebirth or Caldera?
Rebirth mainly.
Okay,
Dabble in Caldera a little bit.
I see. Okay,
Mhm.
and then PC
PC, yeah.
controller.
Controller for sure.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I gotta no mouse and keyboard with these things.
Oh yeah, you got them things.
Oh my
Those
God,
long
yeah.
fucking
I got the
nails,
nails.
dude.
We use a controller over here.
That'll
Yeah,
kill
that
someone
makes
for
sense.
sure.
Kaylee is a girl, woman, whatever,
Oh, is she?
female, who streams, who plays Call of Duty, keyboard and mouse, and she has like 8 of her fingers, super long nails, and then whatever like her index finger is just like flat
the
to
short.
play. Yeah, it looks so
That's
weird.
the right way to go.
Yeah, that's what you have to do, I guess. Adapt and overcome. All right, well,
Yeah.
welcome.
Thank you.
Next, we have a very eccentric looking young man. We've got
Yes.
a lot of green. We have some phallic objects in the background. Pickle.
You got a phallic object in the front ground here too. Okay.
Well, that is of course true. Yeah. Pickle, tell us about yourself, buddy.
So I'm the pickle. I stream live from the pickle jar. This is the pickle posse behind me here.
That's pickle jar. That's
The pickle posse is smiling because I just got done blowing them up before the stream.
Okay.
So I know what I'm doing. All right. I am Olive's partner in crime, and we stream in Chicago. We're from Chicago.
Okay.
I'm a
Chirac.
business owner. I own a trucking company. I own a crypto mining company now that I just started this year. Yeah, and a real crypto mining company, not my gaming PC, but a real real deal.
So am I to
And,
understand that you had difficulty with Discord, but you also own a cryptocurrency mining company?
You know,
Is that
here's
correct?
the thing. I am just the beauty and the talent here. I'm not the technical guy here. You know what I mean? So,
Well, that's the
I
way to
gotta
do
take
it.
care of that part.
yeah, so Olive does a lot of that stuff for me, and I've got other people to do the other stuff for me. I'm just the brains of the operation, you know. I stream with PC, but I play on controller, guys, because video
It's
games
the
are played on
superior input
controller.
method.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, this is Call of Duty, not Call of Data Entry. Okay, so just want to let you know. All right,
Wow.
Coming in hot.
I am one of the oldest probably people here that watches you fucking dog shit people. I started out playing Pong in about 1975. All right, I just turned 50 years old.
Wait, what is that?
This here is what is this is a Atari Pong gaming system. This is from the 70s. All right, look, guys, controllers.
Dude,
I've
that's
never seen
dope.
one of those, actually.
I thought Pong was a game on Atari. I didn't know it was its own
Well, it
interface.
is. Well, it is, but this is what started it. You know, I
see.
mean, there's even options on here. There's like auto and fast. And then you can, the game
Damn,
select
that's-
is like 1, 2,
there
3,
aim
and
assist?
4.
The
No aim
customization. No aim assist.
No slide
No.
cancel.
No slide cancel. And that's it. I play games to have fun. My KD is like, depending on what website you check, it's like 1.2, 1.10, 1.0. I don't know. It just
Okay.
depends on where you look.
Okay.
So I'm the guy that like rushes into the building when there's 100 people in there because I got this.
You're the bait.
And then, but what I do though is I'm the bait. And then what I do is I get in there and I mark everybody as I'm dying.
Nice.
Right. And then my team comes in and wipes them up.
That's
So
yeah. Well, we need someone to give intel, and marking people is good. So
yeah. So
primarily Rebirth or Caldera.
Rebirth. Caldera. You know, we've played Caldera. We played the other night with Mantis and Olive and a couple other people, and I hate it. I hate
Really?
it. You can't see anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I died. Well, every game I played, I died, and I never
Same.
knew who shot me. I never knew who shot me.
Yeah.
You know, and then they're like, oh, he's over there. I'm shooting in the weeds, and I can listen. Snoop Dogg's got a white jacket on, and I can't see him. I mean, that's a problem. All right.
That is
you
a
know,
problem.
so
He should be visible with a white jacket on. You're
Yeah, you know
not
what I mean?
wrong
So-
about
Got
that.
too much smoke around him, man.
yeah, right. So Rebirth it is. I like playing multiplayer too. I'm a melee guy by heart, and you know, so I like running around with the bats and the
And we'll
axes
edit
and all
all
that.
of that out.
I'm that dog. Yeah, I'm that dog shit player that that does that
Oh,
stuff.
the fucking
so,
worst. Yeah.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You're
But
a
that's it.
Riot Shield 725 user in MW.
Well,
aren't you?
I'm not. I'm a 725 guy, but not a. Well, yeah. Come on, you only need 2 shots.
God damn
okay,
it,
you guys run around with machine guns, and I gotta get up and close, man. I want to smell your breath.
Yeah.
God,
well,
yeah.
interesting. I think
Maybe
we
not.
would smell the brine when you're coming from all the
So-
pickle
Yeah.
juice. Or
And
whatever.
just one more thing. The name to pickle, I got that. I was serving a double nickel, and I got it from my celly. So that was it. Okay, and I didn't do it.
What is a double? Is a double nickel a 10-year sentence?
10-year stretch. Yeah, it's a 10-year stretch.
Whoa!
Listen, I didn't do it, and if they didn't have the evidence and the witnesses, I would have been free for sure.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. 10 years. That's what state?
I didn't
Illinois?
do any crime. No,
Oh,
I didn't do it.
this is all a joke. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I fell for it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you
well,
got
idiot.
hard.
we'll edit that out
So.
too. All right, next. Thank you, Pickle, and welcome.
You're welcome.
Next we have. Fuck! I put the glasses away. I was gonna do like a CSI Miami bit.
Oh God.
It
Don't
doesn't
care.
matter. It's
No
me.
one
It doesn't
cares.
matter.
Next.
Yeah, you know the vibes. Keyboard and mouse, PC, 1.8-ish on Caldera, but like 1.53 overall. Dog shit kid. I should be shot in game, obviously. But I do have I have the most drip on this roundtable, and if you're just listening,
Got it.
that's what you should keep in mind, and that is of course what's important.
Wait. What's dripping?
Drip.
Drip.
Yeah, swag.
Yeah. All right. So, all right. Let's back this up for a minute, guys. Okay. So, I listen to you guys. I listen to your podcast all the time. Okay. I listen to it all the time. And you guys use words that us boomers. I'm not a boomer. Okay, first off, I know you guys call us boomers. 1965 to 1980 is Generation X. Okay.
If you know when a generation is, you might be old. But
yes, I'm not. Anyways, so you guys got to use like real words for us older guys. Okay, like no cap. I don't know what that is. What the hell is no cap? K-BAM. Who came up with K-BAM?
It's an acronym, buddy.
It's not. It's
Keyboard
not. Okay.
and mouse.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's shorthand.
God.
Anyway, drip just means I'm the most attractive and well presented, besides Olive, obviously, person on this panel. That's what it means.
Got it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. The cowboy up there is quite handsome.
Cowboy, I do like his jacket. Yeah, his
fan favorite.
All right, and next, go ahead.
I'm Tanner. What's up? Welcome. Thanks for coming by.
Got it. And next, happy to have another returning face. Lagstifer, tell us about yourself, buddy.
I'm Lagshow, aka the Terminator.
Don't.
Mostly play Warzone. I don't work anymore.
Because you're missing a part of your head.
Yeah, why is that?
I'm not missing a part. They upgraded me. Okay.
You got a cybernetic upgrade. Is that correct?
Pretty much.
Nice titanium skull. Yeah.
Yep.
Well.
I'm
there we go.
2.6.
Does that give you an advantage, by the way?
Yep. I see everything.
It's a disadvantage.
Yeah,
aimbot in it, and the kernels can't sniff it there. Yeah.
Yep. I play with aim assist.
Okay.
And I'm
controller
on.
Got it.
Okay.
And I'm on PC.
On PC. Okay. And primarily Caldera?
Caldera.
Okay. Got it. All right. Well, now that is out of the absolute way, welcome to the new frogs, and welcome back to the other people. And today, we, as I said, have written down a couple of things. Now, I have a specific time allotment for you guys to bring whatever you want to the table, if you so choose. You don't have to bring anything, but I know at least some of you wanted to talk about some things. Do you think we should do that now or a bit later, Tanner? Tanner's not here.
He's gone. Yeah, he left.
So, okay, we'll start with this. First of all, any thoughts on this week's Warzone changes that happened on Monday/Tuesday? With the loadout dropping sooner, the infill events, the fourth circle guaranteed event. I think all of those changes were specifically Caldera. I don't know if anything changed on Rebirth with that update. I don't think so. Maybe one of you can tell me if I'm wrong. But
in the patch notes, it didn't say anything about Rebirth.
Yeah, I don't think it did.
Yeah, I don't think it changed for Rebirth.
Yeah.
But for those of you who have played some Caldera since the update, how has the experience been? Are you liking it as much as Tanner and I have been? And why? Did we miss anything? Any thoughts?
I think it's all good. Good changes. The more balloons helps move around the map. We were just going balloon to balloon all around for Caldera today, and then the loadouts are really nice because you can get ghost like right off the rip, or you're not ghost, but like restock or high alert right away, and it makes it so you can just wipe teams really easy right off rip.
Yeah, I found that you actually get more kills early because you can camp the loadouts. There's like 4 loadouts that drop all in the same spot.
Yeah, I noticed our loadouts being camped more too.
Mm-hmm, yeah, but we've still just been going factory. Yeah, we've just been going factory, getting loadout right away, and then basically camping the loadout until we're satisfied with the amount of people we kill in that area, and then try and move on.
Yeah, makes sense.
Also, more often than not, the free loadout right away drops pretty close to you, which is nice. It's not like 300 meters.
Yeah,
like
I just learned this, by the way,
very close,
recently.
right on the edge of circle.
I learned this very recently, somehow. When you're looking at your squad, one member of your squad will have a star next to their name. That's who the loadout will drop on.
I don't think that's always true. That's cap. Yeah, that's
I think
a fake news thing.
I think it just splits your team.
Yesterday, when we were playing, you had the star. You were literally a kilometer from Jackson. It dropped on you.
It's random.
This has
It's
been a
always
thing for
random.
literally like a year, though.
Yeah.
People think that it's not true. There's been so many times where it doesn't do that.
Yeah, maybe not. Well, I thought so.
I think
Pickle,
it's
you were
just
gonna
totally
say
random.
When we were playing Caldera the other day, is it me or is Caldera bigger than Verdansk?
You have to
just
travel
sounds-
more to get from A to B because you have to go up and down. So
damn
Feels bigger.
big.
Yeah.
Like to go across mines takes forever. It's like 100 meters to get across mines, but it takes so long.
Yeah, I mean, it
You have
just
to
seemed like
zigzag everything.
it just seemed like it took forever to get anywhere. So
It was nice getting that loadout pretty quickly, though. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
that
lie.
was.
Spend money
Yeah.
on other things instead of
Yeah.
wasting
the loadout,
for a
yeah,
loadout. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah. That's
Feels like they added more
about
money.
what I expected. It does feel that way, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
There's just more money. Whether it's a consequence of people not buying loadout as quickly so you can loot more, or the infill event, or just actually more money in crates, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But anyone else who made a noise? Tanner, what's up?
I think one of the big things is you're finding a lot of money early on because other people are also just grabbing their loadout and not buying it. So if you kill another squad, you'll find an 8,000 stack on a body that you kill, and then that sets you up for the rest of the game, and then you have a ton of money. I mean, you have money to buy your other loadout right away if you want, and then you can still have 6, 8, 10,000 left over. I've been noticing you kill one guy and he always has a fat stack on him early game now, which is interesting as well. He does all the looting for you essentially. So I still honestly don't necessarily think there's more money on the map. I think it's because of that.
Yeah,
That's how it feels for me.
Yeah,
Definitely
early
could be
game, I think that would be the biggest factor in getting more money. But I've noticed ever since the change with the the specialist crate, whatever it's called, the one that's you don't know, the question contract. That one gives so much money. Top secret, thank you. That one gives so much money that if you just do one of those and it's like a scav, you loot literally 13 grand with a full squad. And you just buy your loadout right away. You don't have to do anything else, and you just get it so fast.
Yeah, those are good. Those are really good. I never really thought to do them, but you had that idea, and sometimes you get lucky. It's like a supply.
Plus, you get
supplied. What's it called? Oh my God! Where you buy? What's the contract you buy people? Supply run.
Supply run, yeah.
And
and then you can just sit on that for later if your team
Yeah.
needs to regain.
Exactly.
And they give UAVs every time, so you can add however much money plus 6,000 because it gives you a free UAV.
Which I didn't know.
right off the
Yeah,
rib.
if you finish a top secret,
Cope
it
said
pops
that
a
last
UAV.
time, huh?
Yeah.
I discovered it. Yeah.
Wait, does it pop one or just drop one for you
It
to
pops
hold?
one. It just
It
pops
pops
one.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that honestly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you guys are
So
welcome. for that
we
info.
prioritize those pretty much always now if they're on the
Mhm.
map.
Yeah. So let's look to the future now. We've gotten details on season 3, with which a lot of things are going to change, both on Caldera and on the island, ostensibly. Although I feel like they said a bit less about the island than they said about Caldera.
Didn't really say much.
It's a smaller map.
yeah.
What are our thoughts on season 3? Is the meta going to change? How about sniping? How is that going to change? Is that even going to happen on launch of season 3? Because they've hinted at sniper rebalancing or whatever in their interviews with Twitch streamers or whatever. But there wasn't anything in the blog post regarding season 3 about any changes to snipers, which makes me think maybe that's not coming on launch. So I don't really know where that is. But what is Caldera going to look like? What is Rebirth Island going to look like once season 3 comes out? Maybe we can start picking up perks. That new contract, what the fuck's up with that? There's a lot going on. Does anyone have any predictions, thoughts on impending season 3?
With the island, I don't know what the hell they're going to do with that. I mean, what else are you going to do with it? They added some buildings this time around and all that, but you got to knock some more shit down. I mean,
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they're
it's
touching.
Godzilla. I mean, yeah.
I don't think they're going to be touching any of that, honestly.
Yeah. So
All they have to do to Rebirth now is add 50 health.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think
That's
they did
something
that yet.
they may do. Yeah.
That's a good question. For Pickle and Olive, you guys play more Rebirth than Caldera. Would you want or not want the extra 50 health that we've gotten for Caldera?
I think the health is fine. I mean, look, whatever it ends up being, it's going to be the same shit that, we're going to get nailed from somebody, and we're going to bitch about it anyway. So whether it's 50 or not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't think it really makes that big of a difference.
Yeah, I would say the same.
And we're not that serious of players that, you know,
Yeah.
it's not like it's going to hurt our KD if we, you know, so.
Yeah, that makes sense. I see
You know what I'm
you're
saying? I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think so.
I will
But,
say
you know what?
though, Pickle, because you snipe a lot, as far as I understand.
Olive.
Excuse
Olive's
me,
a
Olive.
sniper.
That's what I meant. Yeah, sorry, I misspoke. That would be good for you if you're sniping, because it would take you longer to die while you're lining up the headshot.
Yeah, that would be kind of nice to have a little bit more health. Would it make like a huge difference? Not necessarily, I don't think, but it would be nice to have a little bit more. Yeah.
I see. Okay. Good to
Yeah,
know.
I think the extra 50 health on Rebirth would be a lot less noticeable than on Caldera. I feel
when
like
you're in Caldera running 30 minutes, you know,
Yeah,
you get
exactly.
hit. I can see that making
That, you know,
a bit
that's
of a
the-
difference, but
yeah.
Rebirth being so quick, multiplayer like.
yeah, it's also close up. You're gonna die. It's gonna feel almost just as fast.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what's nice about Rebirth. You know, it needs to stay fast paced. You know, it needs to keep moving all the time. Where Caldera, I mean, there's just so much more strategizing, I think, and movement and figuring out, you know, all this other crazy stuff. And where, like I said the other night, I was getting sniped and I get hit once or twice and I was done.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sitting there watching these guys play until they buy me back 8 times. You know, I mean, I was just like, and I was trying not to bitch about it, but I was just like, all right, this is it. We're done with this shit.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Okay, that makes sense.
No.
Any other predictions? Season 3.
It'd be cool if you could pick up like a second red perk off the ground. That way you could have like restock and Tyler.
You think that would be cool?
That would be broken.
It'd be cool, I think.
So what if I pick up restock and high alert and you don't find that ground loot?
That's pretty much like specialist.
Exactly. I don't like that at all.
No.
I hate
Wait,
it.
where are you getting that thing, Jack? Do you think that they're gonna do that, or you're just speculating?
It's
He said it would
That's
be
what a
nice.
lot of the leakers.
I'm just saying it would be
think
cool.
is
Oh,
lootable perks.
leakers are saying that? Okay.
Because they put that on the roadmap and people think
I
it
saw
means you
that.
can loot the perks. Yeah.
Yeah, what do we think is the most likely scenario with respect to
That'd be
that
interesting.
picture? Do we
It
think
looks
it's
like a
lootable
different
perks?
perk. It looks
Yeah.
like they're just adding another perk.
The icon
No,
is
it
the
was-
tempered 100%.
It was the tempered icon though.
Oh,
yeah.
the tempered one that people
Yeah.
are looking at?
The other
Interesting.
one, we also thought it was a perk, but then we realized it was a contract, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, that yellow star thing's a
Yeah.
contract?
Yeah,
Which
that's that
contract?
contract.
Oh, it's a new contract.
It's a
is
new
it?
Yeah.
contract,
Okay.
yes. Yes.
Cool.
Almost certainly.
It blows up peak.
That'd be nice.
Well, yeah, you complete it and it blows up peak every game. Yeah.
For sure. Okay. Question we had from chat. How should the Swiss and the car be balanced on this sniper topic? So again, I find it unlikely they're going to change snipers with Season 3, but I think Season 3 Reloaded, or even prior to that, they're going to do something with snipers, as they've said they're going to do. Leakers are speculating the ZRG is going to become meta. I don't know how. I don't know what would have to change for that to be the case. But if you wanted to balance the Swiss or the car, because these are overperforming snipers in relation to all the other ones, what should be done, if anything?
Just do what they did. It was a bug. They didn't intend it to be a bug, but the sniper didn't. This car in the Swiss didn't one tap. It two tapped if you shot to the head. That was a bug. And that was probably the best bug they've ever done.
And maybe that was a bug because they had the change was already in the game and it like accidentally went live or something got screwed up
When
with
was
it, and
this a
that's
bug?
actually what they're doing. Remember, it was like I think it was when this season launched, wasn't it?
It was
like
like-
the
no,
first few days, for like first day or two.
It's when they
when the health
added.
changed.
Yes, health change.
Health change, yeah. Okay, that's
The
what.
first day or two.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those weren't one shot downing at any range though. So you want never to have a one shot down with 300 health?
No.
Okay.
Because I'm seeing more 4-stack snipers just looking at me from top peak or a bottom of a building or something, just 4 sniper glints just looking straight at me.
Yeah, I do feel like there's a ton of people
There's a
sniping
lot
again
of
right now.
snipers
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, people are catching on to what we had been telling you, that if you increase health, snipers get better. You're going to see more. I've noticed that too. A lot more people sniping.
Seems like that's all I got shot by the other night when we were playing. We were snipers. That was it. I mean, we couldn't get close. We didn't get close enough to anybody really to engage them. You know, but one or two people. Everybody else was just, they were so far out. It was just like, you know. So, and I'm not a sniper, so Yeah.
But is the problem that the car and Swiss are overpowered, or that sniping in general is just too good? Because like you can nerf the car and the Swiss, but then some other gun becomes better, by default, and then there's still a 4-stack of snipers.
If you use HDR, the aim down sight's a bit slower than the Swiss and car. That's why they're so good, right? You can actually move a lot faster.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm not getting quick scoped. I'm getting 3 dudes are just mounted behind buildings, waiting for me to run around a corner. They're not like TikTok YYing quick scope me off buildings. There's just 3 dudes on a hill waiting for our team to push.
Another thing that I've
quick scoping.
I think the biggest reason the Swiss and the car are so much better isn't even the ADS time, because I've been trying to use a ton of snipers, and I recently went back to the Swiss, and it's still just, of course, the fucking best. And it's not even the ADS time; it's the refire rate. Because I'm just trying to snipe people from so much farther away who are moving so much more than on average on Verdansk that it's harder to hit a headshot now than it used to be. So it's way more important to have more at-bats, more chances to shoot again before they get to cover. And that's why the Swiss and the car are so good. Like the HDR, more zoom, better velocity, less drop, but the refire rate is so much slower that it's not worth it. Because I'll get an opportunity to shoot someone 4 times with a Swiss before they get to the rock. With an HDR, it'll be 2. I'd rather just have 2 more attempts with a gun that can still one-shot kill, even though it doesn't zoom as much and doesn't have as good velocity. I think that's the biggest benefit to the Swiss in the car. And I still have no idea what they're going to do. I have no idea.
Olive, which one do you...
I use the car. I tried using the Swiss. I liked it for a little bit, but I can't. The ADS is better, but the car, I hit
Car
better.
has a lot stronger aim assist for controller too, so it's a lot better.
That's
why I think you see Swiss users usually on keyboard and mouse, and then controller users preferring the car.
Because it's like a marksman rifle, so it gets
a marksman rifle, so it has someone did a video on it, Ace, a long time ago, or someone maybe it gets a lot more aim assist. Yeah. It's
also has way less idle sway, which is nice too.
Yeah,
but
yeah, it does.
Do you think that lowering the refire speed would be the best way to nerf them then?
No, because then there would be no reason to use it. Because then
don't they still one shot?
I feel like there's gonna be no reason to use it. I don't know how you balance a sniper. It's either gonna be overpowered or it's gonna be terrible. Like I don't blame them for them still being how they are, because I don't know how they should balance them.
I think you could maybe tweak it around aim down sight time, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
And you're probably right. Yeah, you're probably right, because if you take it and slow down that aim down sight time, then you get rid of the whole quick sniping or quick scoping thing, which is ridiculous to begin with. So make the gun do what it's supposed to do. You're supposed to sit there. You're supposed to aim down sight. Shoot the guy. Yeah, kill him with 1 shot, 2 shots, whatever it is. But you watch TikTok, watch all these other guys that run around and they're just blasting people with a fucking sniper rifle.
Yeah,
especially on Rebirth, that's a big
quick
problem.
Scoping is unbelievable. So it's I know.
You know what else? Actually, I'm thinking they could do is nerf the idle sway a lot, so that you basically have to hold your breath to get to be accurate. Because they're the car, no idle sway, holding your breath barely matters. Any Vanguard sniper, there's literally 0 idle sway if you don't want it to have any. If you make there be idle sway, like any MW2 sniper, for example, that would make sniping a lot worse, but it would still be viable. Because you'd have to hold your breath. You'd have an opportunity for between 1 and maybe 3 shots, depending on which sniper you're using. And then you just can't shoot because you're going to be swaying a lot because your breath isn't held anymore. That could be a decent way to do it, right?
What if they added a helmet?
That's what I was gonna say, Jake. Because Blackout had a helmet.
The more I think about it, I haven't thought about it too much, but I feel like that would be the best way. You can either find it or buy it at a buy station.
Okay, good.
Something that only works against sniper rounds or something, just so you don't get one tapped. Because if they change sniping too much, the people who use the car in the Swiss are gonna like freak out, and they know that.
Good.
You know, like FaZe Clan, all the quick scopers, and like all those clans that started from like Call of Duty quick scoping. Like, I don't think they're gonna go like make it so slow where people don't snipe at all. But that's just the way I wish they would do it. They're probably gonna do something absolutely stupid. But a sniper or a helmet that only works against sniper rounds, just so you don't get one tap, to maybe leave you 1 HP or something. I don't know.
And it's consumed when you get headshotted.
But just so then you could stim, move around. You know, their teammates could still one tap you. You might still get fucked, but
that's not a bad idea,
just so you
dude.
don't get one tapped when you're aiming at someone else and some guy 300 meters away just shoots you, even though you're trying to strafe and not get one tap. There's so many people looking at you.
Yeah.
Just so you'll get down to 1 health, but at least you'll know, oh, I have to get out of here, get off this spot, and stim away or something.
Yeah, it saves you one time from a sniper headshot. I kind of like that idea. What are our thoughts on that?
I can't see him changing this I can't see him changing it that much.
I know.
That's actually a great point, because think of all the content their game it is out there on TikTok, advertising their game essentially by people like Neo and whatnot, having these insane quick scoping clips on Rebirth. You're right. Yeah, it would kind of ruin all of that for them. That's actually a really good point.
Yeah, I feel like if they did that, it would be on Caldera only, not the island.
Yeah,
because they have lower health anyways. Yeah, that would be if they did that. I don't think they would, but it's not a bad idea, and I think that it would only do Caldera.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've only seen a few people say that, and the more I thought about it, the more I kind of liked that idea. But who knows?
Make it cost as much as a gas mask, and have the loot rarity be
cheap.
about as much as a gas
3,000.
mask.
Yeah.
The way it worked in Blackout, there was like 3 sets of armor, level 1, 2, and 3, and level 3 had a helmet.
Mm-hmm.
And if they broke your helmet, you would lose your helmet. So what if they did that with satchels? You pick up a satchel, it comes with a helmet, and then if you lose the helmet,
it comes with a satchel.
Satchels are pretty common.
Right now.
Yeah, you get one free headshot.
Exactly.
Yeah, it could only be like 1 though. Like it couldn't be able to take 2 or 3.
Yeah, it'd have to be just
one
1
only.
It would have to be
And
if you kill someone,
another one.
Jake, have you been in Ted's DMs? Because this sounds like I don't know. This sounds like this could be coming true. You talking to Ted about
that?
You've been interacting a lot with Ted on the TL, from what I'm seeing. We're getting a lot of Twitter replies that I'm seeing. I think it looks one way as far as I've seen, but
yeah. And I know there might be a Raven employee listening, so I'll hold it back on your boss.
Shout out to Ted.
Just play the game, please.
Yeah. Hey, Ted, install fucking Warzone. How about that?
Hey,
Ted?
I wouldn't be sad if snipers went away completely.
Interesting.
Just throwing it out there, guys. I'm just throwing it out there.
Very interesting. Yeah. They definitely won't remove snipers, but yeah, I am very curious to see what they'll do.
Is a Swiss a sniper or a marksman?
It's a sniper.
It's a sniper, yes, because in Cold War, the marksman rifles are like the M16 and shit.
Oh, okay.
Like the burst fire and semi-autos. Yeah. So, Tanner, you have a next point here.
So we kind of already touched on this, but this is kind of geared towards Olive and Pickle. So you guys are both Rebirth gamers, so is it that you guys prefer Rebirth because you don't like Caldera, or is it because you don't like big maps in general? Like, did you like Verdansk and you just don't like the new one? What is your guys' thought process there?
For me personally, I played Blackout, and I was never really like a long run BR player ever. Really, I was always been an up close melee only player.
Melee rat.
Rat, yeah. Ballistic knife user, yeah.
Ballistic knife, #1 weapon. Yeah. Can't change my mind. So switching over from running, gunning, melee, running up on somebody to the long
stabbing,
run. Yeah, I've never. Blackout was my first BR game, so Verdansk was pretty good, but it's not really necessarily that I like one map over the other. It's just me and my style and how I play. I prefer a little bit quicker and
so
than the long run.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. So it's less that you prefer Rebirth to Caldera, and it's more that you prefer a smaller map to a bigger one.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess
it's the fast pace.
It's more, the fast paced of it all. More like a multiplayer style as opposed to right.
So do you prefer Rebirth to playing multiplayer?
No, I like them almost equally. Okay. I play more Rebirth now than I used to, only because I just wanting to win or things like that. But no, I find them equally as enjoyable to play.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, the thing with Caldera and Verdansk. Like I liked Verdansk, it was good. I mean, it wasn't any other rogue options until the Rebirth came. But the problem with the big maps for us, for players like me, my attention span is this big. You know what I mean? And it is. I want so you land, you might land hot and you kill some guys, and then you don't see anybody. Everybody landed over there. Now I gotta go all the way the fuck over there now. You know what I mean? And you'll spend 15 minutes getting there. And then you die. Yeah. God forbid you lose the gulag. And then you're done. You just wasted 15, 20 minutes of fucking around. At least with Rebirth, you're in, you die. Oh, shit, I'm coming back. I mean, it's not. Look, Caldera and all them. It's a different type of player. You guys that play Caldera, you have to think about what you're doing. You're really watching that circle a lot more. I think there's just so much more planning and so much more involved in it. Where Rebirth is just it's kind of a no-brainer type of thing. We start at one end of the island, we sweep that way. Land bio, get our shit, head down that way.
It's kind of just like the newer, upgraded version of Call of Duty multiplayer, essentially.
It is, yeah, 100%. 100%, but what I did notice, and I wanted to ask you guys, when Ricochet came out, on Rebirth at least, it seemed like it was working. Things look. I mean, our kills were going up. We weren't getting shit on like we were before. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, when they came out with the new map for Rebirth and all the new stuff, it went completely sideways again, and now we're back to. I mean, we're still having good games. I mean, we had a 10-piece game the other day. I had a 17-piece game, but nice. But it wasn't. But now that's like very, very little. And it seems like we're getting shit on. Either all the really, really, really good guys are there, or this fucking Ricochet thing ain't working anymore because there's some crazy shit going on. So I just was wondering if you guys had noticed anything different, like in Caldera or anything like that.
I think it might be both, but there's definitely now a higher proportion of really fucking good players, demons, on Rebirth because they just hate Caldera as opposed to Verdansk. So there's a fairly large subset of
I think they need to go away.
Yeah, of super good players who used to play Verdansk. And then Caldera came out, they gave it a college try, and they said, fuck this, I'm being a Rebirth player now. I think there's a lot of players like that. I think that's partially what's happening, if I had to guess.
Yeah, it seemed like about 2 weeks before. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no.
I was gonna say it seemed like 2 weeks before the update for Rebirth, it was extremely sweaty, and then leading into the new update for it. So it seemed like it was pretty good and pretty steady and equal up until about like 2 weeks before and
then it was like a light switch. It seemed like so.
Yeah,
Rebirth's always been volatile. It's weird. Yeah. Like I'll hear about like there will be a week where it's like, dude, Rebirth has been so fun lately. Like lobbies have been normal, whatever. And then the next week, it'll be like every lobby I played in was like a 1.9 average KD.
Yeah,
it's like, why?
insane.
It's so weird, but just super polarized. It's weird.
Well, I think we're convinced that every kill or every time we get killed now on Rebirth, it's a hacker. Even if we
right.
fall into the water, if I fall into the water, I think a hacker pushed me. Okay,
Yeah.
That sounds like Lag Show every time he gets killed or shot at.
Well, there's a lot of Cronus's and Wallers in Caldera now.
Yeah, they always have been. Yeah,
it's just crazy the amount of kill cams. Well, if I do get one, how there's zero recoil.
You get one, yeah.
Thanks, Ted Timmons.
I told Olive,
cams. It's a technical issue.
I told Olive, I said, man, I would like to just go buy all that shit, just to go buy it, try it once, and see what it's like to like be that fucking guy that just fucking dominates everybody. You know,
they're sold out everywhere.
Yeah, they're sold out.
Yeah, there's. Oh, Cronus is actually.
Oh, how would you guys know? Wait. How would you guys know that?
Jake.
Okay. Yeah.
Jake, turn your webcam to face your monitor slowly.
Yeah. I need a monitor cam here now.
All right. Okay, I think now is a good time to get to. We have some other topics we want to get into, but I would like now to give you guys the opportunity to talk about anything you want. If you wanted to bring something to the round table, it can be a question, it can be a tip, it can be a tenuous thought. Did anyone here want to discuss anything with the group?
You know what? I wish they would make a regular thing. Was the truck with the armor and the gun and all that shit. Not into the as the game. You know, when everybody drops with the gun with a I don't know. I forgot what it was called. Not like on Rebirth right now, where right now all of a sudden there's a fucking truck. There's like one truck with a machine gun on it that they drop in. But
you talking about the one you can control or the NPC one?
Yeah, no, the one that you can control.
Okay.
You know when you were where you had like a whole, you had 10 teams with trucks.
Yeah,
running around on Verdansk and stuff. Man, we had so much damn fun with that. You know, Viking was the guy that had to drive. I got to run the gun, and then we had Olive and another guy in the back, and they were, and it was just a riot, and it was there for, they'd have it there for a week, and it was gone. And I was like, damn it,
You missed that event.
I wish that was a regular thing.
Yeah,
it was a good time.
Yeah. So, I never played it.
I forgot about that one.
But again, that's a no-brainer, no-thinker game. That's how we operate, You guys operate on that whole thinking thing,
Yeah.
So
let me ask
we don't do that here.
How many of those type of LTMs do you enjoy? Do you enjoy most of the ideas they have for LTMs? Like this King Kong Godzilla event that's coming in season 3, for example. Do you anticipate that you will enjoy that event?
It really doesn't make any difference to us. You know what I mean? Even like with all the cards and all that stuff now, where you got the secret cards and you got
key cards.
Yeah, the key cards and all that.
The bunkers.
We don't. Yeah, in a bunker. We don't even. I might be carrying a key card. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because I don't care.
People, yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't care. I'm not. I mean, what's the point? I'm going to get specialist or what? Okay, cool, but. To us, it doesn't. Me personally, we just don't play that way. You know what I mean? Okay. Even with the extra boxes, they got them specialty boxes now on Rebirth, where you go up and you swap weapons and do all this.
Oh, the weapons thing. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck. They can take that shit away too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's too much.
It's just.
I'll keep my guns.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I like the games more simple. As far as that stuff goes, so like the King Kong thing and the Godzilla, I don't, who fucking knows?
Yeah.
All they know is they're going to fuck it up and it's going to be something they got to fix and there's going to be updates and all this bullshit. And then
we're going to get horrible frames. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
it's like Krampus.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And then there's going to be another OP gun that Pickle doesn't have because I don't chase camo. Once I get to a green camo, which is like the first one, I stop. Because Pickle's green, that's what he has, right?
Oh, okay, I got it.
You know what I mean? But so I don't, I don't chase camos and stuff. So it never fails. Every time there's a new gun, guess what? I don't have that fucking gun.
Yeah.
So I got to go buy the goddamn thing, and then I got to,
get scammed. So. Yeah. for sure.
Get scammed. Yeah, I mean, really, So
amen. Okay. Anyone else? Any open thoughts? I'm sure someone brought something. Come on, pussies.
Yeah, I did bring a list of tips. I can just go through them real quick, and if we want to discuss one more, we can do that or whatever.
Let's do it, buddy.
So tips to improve. Some things I see a lot of players not doing is door plays. So if you have a downed guy right next to you and there's a door in front of you, you want to break line of sight and just close the door, and it'll give you information if they enter, or if they throw a nade, it'll blow the door open. So
good idea. Yeah.
If someone's down next to you and there's a door that's wide open, always close it. It'll help you.
If you
if the game lets you.
Do you have any tips on closing a door when my teammate is down near it, within 10 meters?
Oh
So
yeah,
we try to close doors all the time, because this way at least you can hear them open a door generally.
Yeah.
We try to do that, but not my teammates don't. I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're a team player.
Because I'm an adult and I close doors, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's very polite. Yeah.
I'm like a chaperone at a junior high dance with my team.
I see.
Okay, that's how I feel. So go ahead.
People getting too handsy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next one, suppressing enemies that are shooting your teammates. So if one of your teammates are getting beamed and they're behind a rock, and the enemy team's still just constantly firing, even if you don't have line of sight on the person who's shooting your teammate, you can just start firing in their general direction, and most of the time they'll stop, and your teammate has time to plate up and reposition. So
yeah, this is true. I will do this sometimes. If more often than not, I'll say, "Look at me." It's one of my favorite lines in Warzone, is "Look at me," and I'll say it with urgency to my team, hoping that they'll save me.
I turn around the other way.
Yeah, we don't ever.
Yeah.
We don't listen. We don't hear
to
it.
him.
Yeah, Raz begs us for help, but then when I need it, he's looking the other direction, looting. Yeah,
Well,
got it.
Or he's taking your satchel.
And we will edit.
Or stealing my EM2 and then saying, I don't know what happened to
I
it,
did
and
not
it's
steal
just
your
gone.
EM2.
My EM2 disappeared then. Is that what
Check the
happened?
VOD, man. Just
It
check the
disappeared.
VOD. I don't know,
Got it.
dude. Don't die.
Fuck you.
But yeah, I'll say "Look at me," and then teammates, when I'm playing with my friends, which is obviously no one here, they'll just look around me and shoot
We're not
around.
killing him anymore.
And the same thing is the case, like Jax is saying, it's not even that important to land shots. You just kind of got to scare them and get them the fuck off. And if Tanner's I don't know, behind a rock and there's some guy shooting him past him, and he's behind a building, for example, and the only way he sees Tanner is if he comes right out of the building, you can literally just shoot into nothing just so he doesn't cross out of the building. It's surprisingly effective. And this is something that Jocko Willing, friend of the pod, talks about real life. It's a real life strat. This is kind of relevant to what Jax was saying. I think it's fuck. It's not like cover and move. It's
Jake, you listen to podcasts, don't you know? Come on.
One person shoots, the other person moves, and then you switch. So it's if we need to go from A to B and there's a bunch of enemies, it's all right, I'm going to go push that buy station to buy back our third teammate, get shots on so that they don't kill me. And that's something we'll actually do pretty often, is specifically when you need to go do something, get your teammates on board, get them to finish reloading or whatever, and start shooting at them. Even if you have no intention or no hope of getting a kill. For example, the full team is on a rooftop. You're never going to fool somebody. It's not happening. But if your teammate needs to go get a buy and they're the ones holding you down, you can at least get shots on, crack them, maybe get a down. So that's two people out because one's rezzing, one's down. It's a good tip.
It's called taking aggro, I think is what people call it.
That's not what Jocko calls it. He isn't a World of Warcraft player. But
no, I'm saying in game,
you're right. Yes.
Get their attention, and then your teammate, you just go back and forth like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually taking aggro. That is a good way to put it. Yeah, for sure.
And next one, Olive probably can say something to this too. But break glass before going for a snipe, because I don't think you can one shot down if there's glass in front of you.
I believe you're correct. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So if they're far away, try to break it. But if they're closing in on you 30 meters, and you have no chance to break the glass, at least just go for like a neck or a body shot, just so that way they're like a plate or something, and then you can just clean them up with your sub.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't waste the opportunity of a clean snipe.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. This is not an obvious tip. I'm pretty sure this has happened to me before, where I just don't think about it and then don't get it down. Sorry.
Yeah, it kind of like goes both ways too, because if you don't break the glass, you can essentially stand in it, and it's very hard for people to see you. Like they essentially can't see through the glass, so you can kind of use that as like cover almost until you have like a better shot lined up on someone, and then break that sucker, and then get the one shot down. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, that is true. It's fucking hard to see into windows if the glass isn't broken. It's harder for sure. So yeah, good little tip.
And then obviously this one's pretty obvious, but I don't see enough people doing it, is just jump shotting, because it makes them aim lower. They'll probably start hitting your lower torso, maybe your legs, and then it also makes you aim higher because you're jumping. So jump shotting,
true. You can't just jump into like upper neck, upper torso, head without having to actually aim there. This is something I do, which is kind of related with sniping, is like get your reticle on their head on only the y-axis, and then you don't even have to aim left and right. You could just strafe left and right, and once you strafe into them, headshot. Something that's more relevant, I think, in multiplayer than anything. But you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I've been BM'd for this before. It was a long time ago. But someone was like, oh, you're strafing into a headshot, shitter, or something like that. And I was like, is that something good players look down on, or is this person just mad? Like,
listen,
I don't know.
If it's something that somebody can't do or they're not good at, then they're going to bitch about it.
Yeah,
you know, like melee. Okay, melee is the hardest thing to do ever on the planet. That's it. Okay,
it is very difficult. Yeah, especially with dead silence everywhere. Yeah.
True.
Don't forget the claymores. All right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Good point. Good point. I think it's easier though to land a headshot if you only have to aim on one axis. Get it right on the head and then strafe into them.
That makes sense.
But it's kind of the same thing. It's like jumping allows you to aim higher without having to actually aim higher, basically. It's a good tip.
You know, and the problem that we run into is that, like, when we play quads or something like that, you know, like with the stuff that Jack's telling us, which are fantastic tips, and that's all stuff that we should be doing. We don't do generally because we got 4 different people doing 4 different things. You know, I'm running off over this way, they're going this way, if we were like a real team, maybe it would all work, but
what are some tips on alleviating that problem? How do you survive and thrive when your teammates refuse to play with you? I would love some tips on this, actually. Anyone?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, the problem is that a lot of times you're engaging multiple people. So like they're we're in bio or something, and you know they're shooting at people there in decon, and then we got people over here in chem over here. So I might run over to chem, you know, because I'm going to kill all of them by myself because I don't need my fucking team, right?
Got it.
You know, and they're over here doing their thing, and you know, so it just you kind of end up in maybe different firefights. You know, I don't know if that's how it is on Caldera because you know I only saw it. Yeah, I never saw the people that shot me, but I'm assuming that you know it was all the same team. So
here's a related question I have. So like, let's say you are like with your team and you see another team, say you're playing quads, for example. You want to be close enough to your teammates to like help, res, drop plates, drop ammo, whatever. But you don't want to be in the same spot. Like you don't want to all be behind the same rock. This is something I struggle with. How far away, because you want to like be shooting them from like 2, 3, 4 separate angles. But if you get too crazy with that, then you're going to get yourself separated from your team and get yourself in a position where they can't help you. And then you get gang fucked by the 4 people on the other team and you have no chance. This is something I sometimes struggle with. How far is too far? How can you get a different angle on the enemy team without being out of reach for assistance from your teammates?
Yeah, I don't know.
Definitely not any farther than 100 meters. You want to have all 4 of your guys.
Yeah, definitely not like 100 meters or more. Yeah,
probably like 50 meters most from one guy to the next, because you can close the gap on 50 meters pretty well. I think with stims and fast moving SMG, you can move 50 meters pretty fast. So
I think good.
No, you can go. Just keep that.
I think it matters less how far you are and more the sight lines that the enemies have.
The angles, yeah.
Because if they can see a certain angle and they can see half of your team, but they can't see you two flanking this right side, you don't have to play together with these two guys because the team won't even be able to see you. So you can flank around. Maybe them two can play together. You send two up on the left, and you'll have a different positioning on them. And it's not so much as like you all have to 4-stack and push within 100 meters. It's like playing 2 and 2 to just kind of corral one team. Especially on Caldera, there's so much verticality that if you can somehow get around them and get above, you're going to win the fight every single time. You know, if you have two dudes that are kind of pinned down below, they just need to stall and buy time and maybe get pings on and get as many shots down. But like when us four play and, you know, one person goes down low, then like if they go down, like need res, one person will probably come back and try and help, and the other two will try and 2v4 and start the engagement that way.
And if you are the flanking two, if the other two one of them gets downed, having two people just ruining their party is going to help your teammate get rezzed over there. Yeah. Which is me, usually. It's like, I get downed, I'm with, I don't know, Tanner or whatever, and then...
Try to stay away from you.
Well, I know.
Yeah, we split you two up.
That's why I follow you. And then Bandit and Jake are like behind them right when I get downed, and then they start killing them all. And then unironically, oftentimes, it'll be like, okay, team wipe, you can res now, like anyone can, it doesn't matter. Because you guys got the flank route. I think that's a good point. There are instances where it's like you can get two different angles on all four people on one team because they're playing too close. And I think that is another mistake that newer or average players make, is that they want to play safe, so they want to stick with their teammates. But it's usually almost always not the safest thing in the world for all four of you to be inside of a 10 square meter radius.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we had today. Like, Jax and I, a full team of snipers was staring at me, and Jack was on their level, but 100 meters away, and they just kept shooting at me. I kept firing just to distract them, and Jax came on their left and killed them all.
Aggro. Yeah.
Yeah, Lag took aggro, and they were all just... I shot them all in the side, down them all four.
Yeah.
Just because he was shooting them, and they didn't see me coming, so... They had no idea.
Okay.
Did you guys convince Jax to switch to stims yet, or is he still using his baby monitor?
He's still using a baby monitor.
Can someone please tell him to switch? I tried to tell him yesterday. Jax. He still thinks the heartbeat is the way to move.
You gotta stop.
It took me 6 months to use the EM2.
I like that heartbeat, man.
He's never going to use things.
You like that? You like that baby monitor, Fickle?
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
It's just free info all the time, especially with the ghost
Rebirth
nerf.
than Caldera, at least.
Definitely better. Yeah, I mean, you'll see 100 people.
No excuse. And there's less.
Well, Jax hasn't been playing a lot of Warzone up until recently. So when we got the stim buff and everyone else started using it, he didn't switch over. Then
Cope's still using throwing knife on restock.
I'm just too lazy to change it. I don't care.
Not that bad. I mean, it's terrible, but
it's terrible.
I will add, by the way, I don't know if I talked about this on Patreon or a real app or a public app rather. They're all real apps and they're all fantastic. I switched from Semtex to Thermite. I stand by that switch, dude. Semtex is better on Caldera than Thermite. You can yeet shit over rocks. I got it down yesterday.
Yeah.
Jax is my witness. He will provide sworn testimony. I got it down on some guy behind a rock. His teammate ran behind the rock to start rezzing him. I threw a thermite over it. Got them both. Wouldn't have been possible with a thermite. Or if it was, it would have been way harder, and I don't have a mathematics PhD.
Wait, you threw a Semtex? You threw a Semtex or you threw a thermite?
Semtex.
Oh, Semtex, okay.
Yeah, because it's easier to lob it.
That may be the first confirmed down with the Semtex anyone's gotten on Caldera since it launched. Yeah, that may be the first confirmed down.
It's only because
I've never been down to one. Let me just tell you this. I've died to numerous thermites. I've never gotten a plate cracked from a Semtex on Caldera, so keep that in mind.
When have you died to thermites?
I get stuck at times. Take more damage than I ever do to a Semtex.
On Rebirth, it happens all the time because you get, they're using them to hold doorways and stuff like that. I mean, you get fucked
I think
so
thermite
fast.
is definitely better on Rebirth than Semtex. Yeah, 100%.
If you're Jake, you just stick everybody.
They don't die though.
No, they don't die.
Yeah, they don't die.
You have to use mollies.
Yeah. Okay.
I've stuck 55 people since the health change. They've all died except one, and then Bandit says, "Oh yeah, they don't they don't kill you when you stick them anymore." Okay,
well,
tell that to the 50 guys. I did it, but apparently, yeah, just sometimes it decides not to work.
So you're still on the thermite train, Jake?
It happened to Cope the other day.
I don't know. Bandit said it's probably because they stimmed away. I stuck him and then he stimmed. But to me, it's very stupid. Thanks, Ted. If you shoot someone, you're shooting them. And you can see the stim marker, but the damage from the thermite that you stuck them with doesn't show the stim marker when it's still doing damage to them.
Yeah, true.
That's
I never thought about that.
I mean, that's just the only thing that makes sense, though.
It doesn't.
Otherwise, why didn't he go down?
Yeah.
Well, why he didn't go down? That's why it makes sense.
It show the stim thing then.
Yeah.
Shows the combat.
No, I agree. I agree.
With the thermite, make it stim. But yeah, thanks, Ted.
Got it.
So Jake, are you still on thermites on Caldera?
I don't. Doesn't matter.
He refuses to throw lethals now. Yeah,
they don't do anything.
I think that's the biggest point. Is that lethals just don't really matter.
Just restock stims is all I care about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'd have 4 stims if I could. Yeah.
I just use Semtex to see where someone is because I use Combat Scout. So if they're hitting behind a wall or something, I just throw it and get. Hopefully, I get a hit markers. Yeah,
that's pretty good. Yeah, that's a good idea.
It works with all
lethals. The thing with Semtex is they take too long to throw, especially now so they don't run amps.
It's true.
Because thermites come out of your hands a lot quicker. That's another big thing too. Is I feel like I always just get stuck with a thermite out when with a Semtex out if I use it. It's just such a long process of throwing it.
Yeah, that's a good point. But yeah. Okay.
Does nobody use frags?
No,
not on Caldera, especially. There's no buildings. You might use them on Rebirth because you could throw them in a window.
I never really ever used them unless I picked one up.
There's too much open fields to use a frag grenade. You'll never hit anyone.
Yeah. Agreed. You had some other tips, Jax?
Yeah, I got a couple more.
He's got a spreadsheet.
Yeah, he does.
This one's a little bit more advanced, but it's if you practice it a couple times, it'll be pretty easy. But so if you're at the bottom of a building and there's someone on the roof of it, and it's within 3 stories, if you look straight up and chuck a molly or a thermite, it'll literally land like 4 feet in front of you. So if you just like work your way up to the building,
oh no shit,
you just look straight up, it'll arc right in front of you like 4 feet.
3 stories. That's nice. The metric.
Raz needed this tip. Yeah.
Oh, I did need this tip.
I've thrown it from like bottom of prison on Rebirth, and that's like 3 stories or so.
That's and a handy tip.
Lands right on the roof.
It's perfect for. Is it resort roof, Jake?
Yeah, it was resort.
Where we stuck some guys.
Tall? Oh, I guess
that's with a thermite. You can throw farther than.
Yeah, that's true. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yoinks. Yeah.
Also, if you jump, it adds more distance too.
Mm-hmm.
Before throwing.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Do you want more tips on throwing thermites, Raz?
Yeah, give us some other tips. Okay. Yeah, Bandit, you were very excited to talk about tips today. So why don't you?
Oh, dude, I love tips.
Give us some tips, buddy. You have a 5 KD.
Okay.
Give me just the tip.
Yeah, why are we talking to anybody but him?
He steals all our kills.
A tip that I think a lot of people, even good players, don't do is thirsting downs. They always get really, horny for those downs, so they push really fast into the building after they down someone to try and get their thirst. I hardly ever push my downs if they're downed in a building. Either let your teammates that have a better angle get your finish, or just reposition and wait for another push. Because 90% of the time, a team's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm down. He's in the window right in front of me, whatever." And they know where you are. They're giving you call-outs, their team call-outs. So I always reposition after I get one down, as long as I can. And then the best way to fight multiple people, I know it's obviously a hard concept, but it's a concept called slicing the pie. And so you have cover, or as Jake calls concealment, because cover doesn't exist.
There's no cover on there.
Yeah.
Through every single object besides a rock.
Yeah. And so say you have say you have a rock or you're a solid wall. You want to position your character so that you can only see a little bit to the right of that wall or that rock. And you're just going to pan at a slow angle so that you're not just like moving to the right and then your whole body's exposed and they can shoot you from every single angle from your left. So the whole point is that you can still see that rock or that wall the whole time, and you're just going to move your ADS gun from right to left and just try and find people the whole way. And most of the time, guppies are just charging you, and they don't know what's going on, and you just down one here, keep moving, down one here, and then you can reposition, go the other side, do the same concept around the corner.
That's a good tip, because if you get real cavalier and just wide peek, you're going to be in the field of view of all four of them. You're gonna get ripped. But if you take it slow, the first target you see, it's likely just one guy, and you're already ADS, so you're ready.
Yeah. Also, just reset after you get it down. A lot of people try and like kill multiple people with one clip. Get your down, get back behind your concealment, reload, plate up once, whatever you need, and then rechow. Because chances are that person to the left is fully plated, and now you're gonna have a disadvantaged fight, even if you're way better. You're going to be at a disadvantage because he has 3 plates and you have 1.5.
And you have half a mag, It's a good tip
and
as
you
well.
have 20 bullets versus 50 to start and kill the first guy. Yeah. And then maybe you rotate back, you get that down, and get the other guy on the left.
That's a good tip, because even if the person you downed gets rezzed, it's going to take them a solid 3 seconds to be like ready to fight. Maybe even like 5, because they're going to have to plate. They're going to have to stim if they want their health regen, or just wait for that while they're plating, and reload, and maybe even
gather
reload
their
their
thoughts.
secondary. Gather their thoughts.
The way I always think is just I focus the highest threat. So if there's just from meters closest to furthest, you're going to focus the dude who has the highest chance of killing you. And once you down that guy, reposition, reset, and find the next highest threat. That down guy is not a threat anymore, especially if you can watch, or it's early game. He's not going to have a self-res. You could watch him for a couple seconds. Okay, you're not self-resing, you're trying to crawl behind a bush. You're not a threat to me. Move on, kill his teammates.
Yeah. And then you'll get the thirst anyway if you kill the whole team. Exactly. Yeah.
A lot of times that when we die, it's from bad habits. Like shooting and reloading the gun. I'll get one bullet out and I'll be like, oh, I gotta reload it. And I'll get a guy will shoot me. I'm like, or looting when we don't have to loot. There's an open box. It's like a fucking moth to a light, man. Gotta open that box. Gotta open that box. I don't need anything. I'm loaded. I got everything I need, but I gotta open that fucking box.
There's a problem.
So now I hear you open the box, but you're over there jerking around, opening up boxes because you have to. It's like OCD or some shit. So those are some of the things that I die from. That and Russian buildings by myself. And
I think that's the number one build thing that gets people killed is they get it down in a building and they want to thirst it so bad that Cope jumps off 3 roofs and tries to get that thirst.
Cope, do you have something to tell us?
Well, I usually jump off, kill the whole team, and then Bandit's like, "Oh wow, good job," and I'm like, "Yes, you're welcome."
Interesting. I think you're onto something though. Excuse me, Pickle, that you will die to like bad habits. Like that's
stupidity.
Most of, like you
stupidity.
I can sum up. I probably actually 60-70% of my kills to like bad habits or just doing dumb shit that I like know I shouldn't try or do. It's like like you've shot 5 bullets. There's guys in this building with you, but you are compelled to like reload because you really want to be as prepared as possible for when the guy turns the corner, and then you're reloading and you're the least prepared and then you die. Yeah.
Well, the other thing too is your ego gets in the way, so like your Russian roof, prison roof, and you get shit on by a whole team because you're up there by yourself. And then you're like, God damn it, I want those guns back. I got to have my guns back,
So then you try again with a pistol.
I want them back. Those are good guns. Those are my guns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back and get my shit with my pistol that, that's probably half my deaths right there, so. So don't do that, guys.
Yeah, don't do that for sure. Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's bad habits are bad habits, and they will fuck you in the end. So
hard to break.
Do you have some other tips, Bandit? That was a good one. Slice that absolute pie.
Sure, I got more.
He's nervous now.
Yeah, just get better. Be more
come
athletic.
on, KD. Let's see it. Rip it out.
And just to ease the tension,
come on.
and make
It's
you
a
less
KD,
nervous,
not a
you're the only one on
measurement.
screen
Come
now.
on. That's cool. Let's go. What's up?
Whoa.
What's the next tip, buddy?
Sweating.
I'd say a good tip is prioritize high ground, no matter where you are, especially on Caldera. There's balloons everywhere. Use them to get high ground. Even if you're 100 meters away from someone, just take the balloon and get to their, a better position that you have a nice angle on them.
How are you guys using those balloons? I haven't used one
You just
yet.
press E.
I mean, not how you use them, but I mean, how do you, I mean, you go up them and you bounce off them or
What is the
whattever. I mean,
purpose?
what's
You
the,
land on a full team without them having
Yeah, they don't hear you.
indication that
They
you
can't
don't
hear
hear
anything.
really?
Yeah,
So
it's
you
fantastic.
don't
really
get
fun.
you don't get the announcement or anything
Never.
like that.
So
Coming in?
okay, I mean
10% of the
technically
time, you're
it's supposed to say
Yeah.
enemy incoming or enemy in the area.
Right.
But if there's a bomb going off, you won't hear anything. So yeah, some guy will just glide on you and do what he wants with you. Yeah.
Which is the real issue with Caldera, by the way.
It might be the
Just
audio
aside.
Yeah.
Oh no,
I
no,
agree.
just the whole. There's whatever. Keep going. I'll get to it.
If we use balloons, we use them to rotate. We use them to reposition in fights. We use them all the time. We probably use them too much. We should probably drive in cars more than we do. But they're just
You
so
agree
fun
with
to
that,
just
then?
fly through the air. I think you should be in cars more if you want to actually do well. Because once you balloon and you're onto the ground, if you're not close to a balloon, you're on foot for a while.
Yeah.
There's no way around that.
The car.
Hey, yeah, Jake likes to drive me around. He's my chauffeur. Yeah,
Did they get rid of airplanes? By the way,
they did.
Yes.
They did. I was gonna say I didn't notice anybody landing on me this.
Yeah,
last
there's
time.
no airplane.
They'll probably be back for the King Kong shit.
Let's hope not.
Yeah. All right. So now, Lag had a question for the round table. Lag, what is your proposition? What is your question for the round table?
So, with Verdansk, the empty space was on the outside, and there was only two really empty spaces on Verdansk. It was the ravine beside factory and TV station, and then the other one was right before lumber. But with Caldera, all the empty space is all on the hills. So all around mines, peak, fields. So with that being said, would you guys rather have more buildings like houses and sheds, or just Caldera be flatter?
Ooh, if you had to pick one?
Mm-hmm.
Cope wanted
to answer first.
Buildings all fucking day.
Big building guy, huh?
Don't give me a fucking tree that's half an inch wide in the middle of a fucking field. It's awful. It's terrible.
Agreed.
Over flatness, huh?
Yeah, but if it's flat,
Yeah, but then you're still going to get shot behind the tree when you have nowhere else to go. I don't care if he's 500 feet above me, below me, doesn't matter. I can't get not shot behind a tree.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't like the hills either, but the trees are terrible and the bushes are god-awful, and I've belabored that point before, so...
Yeah.
Bush hater, huh? You don't
Cope
like
is still an
bushes.
enemy of the
Terrible.
bushes, huh?
oh yeah.
I don't think the bushes or that the hills and stuff were as bad in Caldera. Was the fucking cranes, and all that stuff.
On Verdansk.
No, just in Caldera over in, was it Harbor over there? Or is it?
Docks.
We had a game in Docks,
I think
and it
around
was
that area.
a disaster. Yeah.
There was guys on top of that half round building, and then there were guys in the cranes on either side. It was just like you couldn't move. You could not move. So
It's hard to know where they are too, because there's so many little levels they could be on around that area.
Right.
There's actually 7 stories they could be on.
yeah, I was gonna mention that too, because even with with Rebirth, I mean, even though you got tower, but that sticks out like a sore dick, and you got water tower. You know what I mean? So that's really only 2 high places. Everything else is only 2 levels, 3 levels, whatever it is. But in Caldera, it's like double that that you have to watch. So not only you got that expanse this way, you got to go up and down and so
yeah, I feel that big time.
That's what I didn't like about Verdansk, because everywhere was that, not just dogs.
Well, once you got in the city,
Go ahead, Jake. What were you gonna say?
I was just thinking a couple weeks ago when you guys released the Patreon episode, The Problem with Caldera, I was super excited and I listened to it, and you guys are right about the regaining, but to me, that's not even close to the biggest issue. The biggest issue with Caldera is it's random as hell. In Verdansk, you drop somewhere, you can, depending on where the plane comes in, where you drop, you can see where everyone lands, and then you know where you can rotate to, and you know where people will be rotating from. In Caldera, I feel like there's so many ways to move so far, so fast, without anyone really seeing you or hearing you, with the balloons and being able to parachute off every single ledge and object. It's so hard for me to keep track of where people are when I'm fighting a team, and then all of a sudden I have a team flying off peak, or they hit the balloon behind peak and flew around it literally 800 meters away.
Yeah.
And land behind me, above me, where I did have the power position related to this team that I'm fighting. But now I don't have the power position because some guys I had no idea about, even if I did pop a UAV, they weren't on the sweep because they're 700 meters away. And they land right behind me and shoot me in the back as I'm fighting another team.
Interesting.
Definitely more random.
I don't know where to expect people from, because they can balloon literally all the way around and jump off everything and fly through the trees. Someone's parachuting through the trees. You can't even see them. You don't get the audio notification. They land right behind you and kill you as you're shooting another team.
How would you solve this problem on Caldera?
Would not make the map. I would play test the map 2 weeks into development and realize, hey guys, this is way too random. I have a guy flying literally 800 meters from a balloon up my ass. That's what I would do. And then I would say, hey, maybe let's make it a little more structured. I know a BR is supposed to be random and shit, but to me, like when I play, when they added the balloons, they were really cool and they kind of helped with the verticality, being able to rotate on people. But the issue is they're so fast and there's no indicator. In Apex, if you use a balloon, you can see shit. There's not trees every 2 feet, so you can't see in the air. You can see people coming to you or rotating.
Yeah.
And the time to kill isn't so fast that they can in Caldera they can literally kill you while they're in the air, flying behind you as you're fighting another team.
Yeah. That's the best thing to do.
That's my biggest issue with Caldera is I feel like I can have the power position, and then all of a sudden some people unless I have an advanced UAV, I literally have no way of knowing they're going to be there.
Yeah.
That's
do you not like the balloons then? Do you think they should not be in the game?
I don't think it's just the way you can, I don't know. It's just the way you can maneuver around the map, and everything is just concealment unless you're laying behind a rock, and then you eventually have to move from there and there's no other cover.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so frustrating for me when I feel like, okay, I'm going to drop in this perfect spot, get the perfect position, and then some guy just literally flies up right behind me.
That's an interesting
take. Drives
me
insane.
I haven't heard anyone say anything bad about the balloons yet. I think you're right, though. I think
it's just you can jump off peak, you can fly literally all the way across the map. Verdansk, you could never do that. If someone's flying to you, they're either coming back from the gulag, jumped out of a chopper, or jumped off one of the towers that you'd be able to see them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
In Caldera, if someone's flying to you, you have no idea where they're coming from, or even that they're flying to you, because they're gliding through trees that you can't even see.
Can you do that again? Can you do that again?
Look at me flying through the air.
Yeah.
No notification. No. Hey. Oh, another idea I had is I think the fucking balloon, every time someone hits it, a giant gong should go off.
I was gonna say there should be like a sound it makes.
There could be like a visual or a sound thing that could help with that. Yeah, that's actually.
Because sure, you got the red flare, but if I'm fighting this team,
precision.
You can't see the red flare at all.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like there needs to be more notification, because unless you watch them go up the balloon, you're not going to see the red flare.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is probably the best solution.
Wait, there's a red flare on the balloons?
On the player.
On the
there's
person.
a red flare on the player.
See, even Tanner didn't know.
It's not really noticeable.
What you're talking about.
Exactly.
Like the smoke trail.
About.
If you hit the balloon,
trail
you
behind
fly
you.
off.
Oh, like behind them? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
but
not
it's
noticeable.
not noticeable at all. Yeah.
That's my biggest issue. And I've tried being more conscious of, okay, I need to position better so this doesn't happen to me. And it's just so hard to like keep track of everyone in Caldera. You can't see a goddamn thing, first of all. And the people you do see you're gonna see him, and then he's gonna fly down a rock 300 meters away. And then all of a sudden another team's gonna fly behind you while you're trying to find where this guy went and shoot you in the back.
Yeah, there's only so many things you can do to avoid getting third, fourth, fifth, sixth partied constantly.
Well, and that was when they added the health, it was so interesting to me that people wanted this for 2 years on Verdansk and they wouldn't do it. And the second they put out a map with no cover and you just get fried in a millisecond, that's when they decided to add more health.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well,
Thanks, Ted. Move anywhere.
Thanks, Ted. Yeah. No, I think you're onto something though. I think we did kind of talk about it in that episode. Like I get rolled up on randomly all the time and I think it's because they balloon, but I don't really know for sure. I think I said something like that. But yeah, you are right. You can do that yourself too though, but I don't think that makes it any better. And I think I would still rather have the balloons than not. But I think like we've kind of all mentioned, the best thing would be a significant notification or intel. Like maybe even an announcer. Maybe.
They're supposed to be. I mean, they're supposed to be.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Does he only announce if someone's dropping if it's a gulager? Because I feel like I don't get it if a four team flies on me.
So a non-gulag is there's an enemy in your area, and then a gulag is like enemy inbound or something. It's different wording, but they're for different things.
Huh.
They're supposed to be, at least.
But they're not different enough where you can tell.
Mm-hmm. Plus, they're not different enough. You're like, oh, sweet, this guy's gulag. He doesn't have, well, he has a gun, but he doesn't have his loadout gun.
Yeah,
but, flying in from the balloon, you're chalked.
Yeah. To answer Lag's question, wait, go ahead, Bandit. Go ahead.
I was gonna say to your point, like me and Jake literally balloon on people all the time because we know they can't hear us. We're like, oh, let's just push them and balloon land right on them. They can't hear a thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sure enough, they're all dead.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's something to that. I think if there was just a significant notification, that would pretty much solve the issue. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Because getting around the map, the balloons are very helpful.
Yeah, they're fun. I mean, I like them. It needs to be more balanced where, okay, you don't just get a free flight in the air. I mean, I know you can get shot out of the air, but for that quick of a rotation where you can just do that, I feel like is so...
Well, and now you can play or shoot from any height. You can play or shoot from any height, so I'm just going to dive bomb until I'm 2 inches from the ground and pull my shoot and start shooting. You're not going to kill me in that, while I'm dive bombing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
I like how... Go ahead, Lag.
Would you make the map flatter then? And not have so much elevation?
I'd prefer the map be flatter to more buildings, absolutely.
Yeah,
that's my best case scenario. 100%.
I also think buildings add a skill gap, though. Which might be a hot take.
It'd be nice to have both. But
I don't think you're necessarily wrong, but if you have too many buildings, then everything is... Well, it can add a skill gap, or it can detract from a skill gap. If I'm getting held because you're in a building and I'm not on a rooftop, it's like...
Sure, like Promenade, that's what you're thinking of?
Well, anywhere on any POI on Verdansk. If you're trying to rotate into a POI from not a POI, and there's someone who's holding you on a roof, I mean, get gapped, I guess.
Or something.
There's definitely more outplay potential on Caldera in the forms of rotations and positioning. Because there isn't that giant 10-story building that you're sitting on. Hey, there's no way to get up there. Have fun rappelling with 4 dudes on top.
Yeah.
But you're on top of a hill. Sure, I can send 2 guys right. I can go left, throw stuns, outplay you that way.
On the announcer thing of saying when someone's floating in, I like how it'll give me a notification across my screen for 30 seconds and an announcer that a nebula bomb was dropped somewhere on the map, which is 1,800 meters away from me. But the person essentially has to land on top of your head for the announcer to say there's an enemy above.
That's so funny. True.
And 30 seconds across my screen. Here's a countdown. Thanks. I'm not even close to it. I'm not going to take damage to it. I've never damaged. Yeah, I've never been damaged to it ever. Yep.
And also, I feel like in Verdansk, you would get the announcement for a gulager like the second he spawned into the sky, and now you don't get the announcement until they're up your ass an inch from you already shooting you. We've had it happen so many times. We're like, oh, guy flying in, and then he's literally just beside us trying to kill us.
He's already on the ground.
Yeah, it's like the announcement timing is just off. It's not right.
Yeah.
It needs to just go off if you're within, I don't know, the distance of the balloon and when someone hits the balloon.
Yeah.
But then again, you're going to hear it all again because you can fly 9,000 meters.
I don't like the announcer. He can go fuck himself. I would prefer if when you balloon, it makes a like noise similar to like a precision, like a
whistling sound.
Yeah, well, like a pretty fucking loud whistling sound.
The big red thing at the top of the zip line should just be a gong, and you fucking hit it. You can fly off it.
Yeah.
Or even players who are falling make more noise, like more rustling,
really
or more
loud,
of a whistle sound. Like even
like
if they're coming from Gulag,
head.
it's just like if you're dropping and you're not shooted, you're like pretty loud. That
It's
would
just
be nice too.
There's just never-ending issues though with the audio, because then you get that, and then that's going to be louder than the team of four pushing your building, and then you won't hear footsteps. Well, that's the other issue with the game is there's too many other sounds already over footsteps. The announcers, the cues when the announcer says something stupid and that I don't need to know, the airstrike warning, the airstrike audio. It's just always something that's always louder than the footsteps themselves.
Then the it's not even
Yeah, it's not even that they're louder. You can turn them down, but it'll noise gate it. So you'll get the announcer takes priority over footsteps for some reason.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because like Jake and I are talking about it because we like to talk about the audio all the time. And if there's like grenades going off or an airstrike, you'll hear that over everything else. And like someone could be literally running on metal right next to you. You won't hear them at all.
Yeah.
Because it's audio gating and you're hearing the louder noise in the game. But that doesn't matter. I want to hear the person behind me, not the airplane flying overhead.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. I never thought about it, but it probably does like
we've done
sidechain. Yeah.
Yeah, we've done that though with Rebirth though, because you can send in, bombs or whatever, even if you know you're not going to hit them, just to get the noise level up, and then you can rush a building and stuff like that. I mean, it's a distraction, so I mean, yeah.
It's actually good. Like a cluster is perfect for that. Like, all right, Jake's pushing this. I'm just going to cluster it just to fuck them up. Their screen's going to be fucking shaking. They're going to have a seizure.
Jake's will be too.
Can't hear shit. They might actually die if they're in the building anyway, because the kill streaks in this game are fun and exciting. So it is really helpful. Yeah, it really does ruin your fucking day if your building gets streaked.
Airstrike.
Yeah, airstrike.
Wonder if that's ever happened to Ted.
I don't think Ted's ever been in a game of Warzone, so yeah.
That's what my issue is. He's out here lying on social media saying he's played his own game, and I won't.
Well, he plays Champion Hill, so
Activision devs do not play their own game.
No, that's the other. That's the Sledgehammer dev. All he plays is Champion Hill on console. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, the private dev lobbies called Champions Hill. Yeah, they call themselves champions. Yeah.
Ted, if you hear this, what do you think when you drop into a game? You guys have enough money to get loadout, you open your tab, and none of you can drop your money. Since that's happened for 2 years straight.
That happens.
What goes through your head, Ted, when that happens?
What the fuck, Ted?
You don't think, hey, guys, maybe we should fix this? It's been the issue since the day the game came out. I don't get that shit, dude.
You know what the worst
drives me
bug?
Insane.
You know what the worst bug in Warzone is that's been in since day one is the fucking slide look down bug.
Oh,
I can't believe it.
They fixed it twice, though. Remember?
It's in the patch notes.
Or gas mask.
No, the gas mask is the worst.
What's with the gas
that wasn't really a bug
animation?
though. That's intentional.
It's the dog shit feature. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
not
they're
a
gonna
bug.
fix it.
Everything but like the ADS, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. whatever. All right.
So
go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh no, I was gonna say is with this new game coming out, are we gonna be fighting? Are we gonna have like the operators gonna be like Godzilla and shit now, or what?
There are some operator skins that look like Godzilla. Yes.
Yeah. So back in the day, there was when the first time they came out with the exoskeletons. I don't know, it was one of the Modern Warfares. I don't remember which one it was, but they had what was cool about that game was that they had for the operators, you could choose. I mean, you could completely customize the guy, pants and shirt and glasses and hats and gloves and all that shit. And these operators just suck.
It's all one thing, yeah. I think it was like Black Ops 2 where you had, or maybe it was like Advanced Warfare or some shit.
I think it was Advanced Warfare. Well, I think it was I don't remember which
Warfare?
One. It was.
I know which one you're talking about. I never played it though.
Yeah. Well, there was a couple exoskeleton ones.
Well, yeah.
Advanced had exoskeletons too, but the other one had. I mean, there was a lot to it. I mean, which was cool because you could kind of make it your own. Where this
mix and match pieces, yeah.
I mean, this you're kind of very limited to what you can do. So everybody looks the same. Everybody's Snoop Dogg, or everybody's got the Rose whatever. Or,
You know what's weird about that too is I feel like they would make more money if they made things more like modular.
Yeah, imagine just me being able to buy a shirt.
5 different pieces, like clothing items, so you could mix and match. That'd be fucking sick.
Yeah, I mean, if you could do that, that'd be. I would pay for that.
Yeah, exactly. So would I. And right now, I'm not willing to.
And instead of having stupid stickers and all that shit,
all that fluff.
The reticles.
Oh, the reticles. Yeah.
Donut reticles meta.
Get donuted, kid.
Get donuted. Yeah, one of my favorite TikToks. Yeah.
Blaze the cream fill.
I just destroyed that dude with a donut reticle. Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, clearly you.
All right, we got a question from chat from Toady Boy, Total Toad, Texas, or a comment maybe. I haven't read it yet. Tanner wanted to talk about it. As a mediocre player myself, are there any particular tips for getting going in a game, such as always dropping at a particular spot or waiting in the plane longer to see where the majority of enemies are going and going away from that? I feel like our team gets slaughtered pretty quickly, and you may win Gulag, but then trying to find money and work your way back in seems futile. How do you start a match? Are you looking where where other people are dropping? Are you looking at the indicator that shows how many people are left in the plane? This is a useful tool. For those of you who don't know, it does show you when you're infilling how many people are left in the plane with you. Etc.
This question is for Olive and Pickle because all of us just land factory every game, no matter what.
Yeah. So we do land at a specific spot, Toad, to answer your question. It's factory because that's where all the money is. Yeah. But,
well, I think some of that has changed recently because now with this loadout change, if you land too far out of the zone, then if you're just planning on buying your own loadout, which again you can't do unless you land factory anyways, you kind of have to land closer to the zone so you can get your loadout easier since it's going to land inside the first circle.
Yeah.
But that's something we were trying to do last night even because you probably dipshit kept wanting to land far away. It's like, okay, why? Then we're going to be, got it. Then we're going to not be able to get our loadouts. It's going to be so far away.
But to answer this question, I'd say landing in the same spot, regardless of factory or whatever, is good because you can learn the area and you know kind of power positions every single time you start the match. And you know where the loot spawns or the probability of loot can spawn.
It's actually a good point.
Because if you know there's going to always be a chest in some spot every single time, you know probably more information than some other team that lands based off of the circle. And as long as your spot's in the circle, land there every time and get acquainted with the surroundings.
I never thought of that, but that is a good idea. If I only drop Beachhead every single game, then when some random team drops Beachhead for their 5th time, and I've been here, and I'm the fucking mayor of Beachhead, I will have an advantage. And if I'm like a mediocre player, as Toad has said about himself, having every advantage possible will help, for sure.
Yep.
It's a good idea. Yeah. I still don't know factory, with that said. let me be super clear. Factory's still just a disaster. Way too much shit going on.
It's trash. Yeah.
Yeah. I fucking hate fighting there, but that's where all the money is. So.
Yeah, I told Jake yesterday, I was like, I hate fighting here if it's not the beginning of the game because it's just insane. So many levels, and with that's what I said. Only the ground loot, otherwise it's just a pain. So we just get there, wipe the teams, loot, and leave.
None of the buildings in there are symmetrical either. Like you'll go in one side of the building, and there's a ladder on one side, stairs here, and then like the next room over, there's the staircases are in different patterns, and the what I'm saying, like all the catwalks are different. So
and then the rappels don't work, so you can't get on the roof.
Oh my god, that's the fucking worst. Because it lets you do the animation. Just to fuck you.
Stuck.
So it forces your character to be. Oh, that I got that bug once too.
I got that one yesterday.
Remember, Jake? When we both tried to repel by peak, we had to just quit the game.
And you're just standing there like this.
I think it's that peak one that does it the most.
There's a lot.
It only happened to me once.
There's one in Factory now.
But yeah.
There's one.
Good bug.
Thanks, Ted.
Airfield.
Thanks, Ted.
Inside the elevator.
Yeah. Okay. Any other tips for getting going?
Prioritize money, I suppose, instead of fighting. If you're not super inclined to fight right off the rip, just find money, buy a loadout.
I'd go a step further. If you're a mediocre player, you should actively avoid landing you should land as far away from other people as possible while being in zone. That's ideal. That's best case scenario. Especially with this loading change now. Like you're gonna you can just land nowhere. Lagoon. Or some shit where there's like very little loot. I think there's a lot at Lagoon, but whatever. Runway where there's nothing, and then just wait for loadout, and then at least you'll have loadout, and you're not dead yet. Like that's pretty good tip.
Go ahead, Pickle.
Oh, no, on the flip side of that, though, too, I've always found that, and even with like when you guys ever was always arguing about the skill-based matchmaking, or whatever the hell that is. Anyways, I always found that I've always wanted to play against better players, because that's what makes me better. I mean, I'm amazing as it is, but I want to get better, like Bandit,
Yeah, interesting.
5-0. Yeah. But, so maybe even dropping, continuous. Look, you're not going to win anything for not trying, right? So you might as well drop hot, get in there, and learn how to play. I mean, kill some people. You're going to get killed. So what? That's what's going to happen. You're going to bitch about it anyways. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Start the game over again. Do it again. That's always been my way of doing it because that's how you learn. So
yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I was talking to Bennett about this the other day. Like, if you're a mediocre player and you don't care that you're mediocre, that's fine. But if you're someone who's mediocre that wants to get better, there is 0 point in you landing where no one goes to get $10,000 for a loadout. Sure, you have your loadout, and the first team you come across, you're dead. Who gives a fuck if you get your loadout? Land somewhere hot, learn how to fight people. You will never get better by looting money, getting a loadout, and dying. I would rather die a minute into every game if I was bad and reset, because the reps you get of fighting people, like, you will just get, like, you can't get worse. So just fight. Like, who cares about your KD or whatever?
Yeah. If
you want to get better, just get in there and fight.
And I think people get way too hung up on, KDs and all this nonsense. You know what I mean? It's just, look, you were in your last podcast, you had mentioned, look, you guys aren't going to be pros. Let's face it, we're doing this stuff for fun, and this is what it is, Right. So make fun, have it be fun. It's not a fucking job. It's not. You're not saving lives, So
I find it especially insane when people are very anal about their KD, and their KD is like 1.072, and they're like, "Oh fuck, dude, my KD went down." It's like, bro, no, you're not impressing anyone. You don't have a 5 KD. It doesn't matter. Like, if you're a 5.0 and you go to a 4.8, like, yeah, okay, you can be mad because that's like something that is like that is worth bragging about.
Significant.
Yeah, all your friends will make fun of you, make you feel like you're terrible.
If you're losing a couple points and you started at average, it's like, yeah, who cares? Because they're both average. So like you should prioritize getting better more than stat padding and not getting those reps in. And that's why Tanner and I talk about, if you want to get better and get reps, is play fucking Rebirth, dude. You're gonna get way more reps.
Yeah,
way
absolutely,
more reps
100%.
there.
You know, and the thing is too, you've never rolled up on a woman and said, "Hey, baby, you know, check out my KD." You know,
that is of course true.
Because if it worked,
well, Bandit has a kid.
Yeah, Bandit has a kid. That's how we got it. Hey, so we have him a 5 KD.
Did you?
He was a 7 KD. Before
Did you
that.
pick up your wife by virtue of your Warzone prowess, Bandit?
If I answer yes, is that a bad thing?
Yes, of course. Of course it is.
You work with what you got, brother. That's all.
From you. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I did not.
Okay.
Sadly.
Good.
I wish I had. That would have been a cool story,
bro.
She's an eye lady.
What?
Never mind.
Optometrist?
Some people will get it. Never mind. It's fine. She's an e-girl. How about that?
Oh,
he still doesn't get that.
Still don't know that is.
Like an iPhone, lady.
Oh my goddamn youth of today. See, that's the problem with you guys. All right, English guys, English. Come on.
Oh wait, someone explain it to me. What the fuck's an lady? I don't get it.
Okay, it's a dick joke, Raz, because they're called e-girls, and then they're like, oh, girls aren't called e-girls anymore. They want to be called ladies, and they're like, what's an lady? Lady's nuts on your mouth. Come on.
That's funny. That's a good one.
Have you guys haven't heard this?
No,
terrible.
How old are you, Bandit?
24, man.
Yeah, you need to get.
You're not allowed in the tall grass.
Yeah.
That's funny. I like that. lady.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
like an iPhone, you know.
But no,
So
she doesn't play video games. She doesn't like video games. So
good. She's a well-adjusted person. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a normal individual.
Yeah, she has a kid.
You're 24, by the way, Bandit. So keep in mind, whatever your KD is right now, it will never get higher. Just know that.
I know.
Oh, that is of course true.
It is only going down. Well, yeah, because you play with him.
You're hurtling.
Because you play with him, who's 6 years younger than you. Lag.
Sure.
Yours will also be going down.
Yeah.
Oh, I've mentally checked out. Yeah.
That's a good point. We can only go up. Really, we can't go much farther down anyway. So
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good stuff. What is everyone rocking? What guns? What are the best guns to use? What is the most OP strat? Are we sniping? Is anyone sniping?
People doesn't have.
Depending on the day, I don't know. We've talked about this multiple times. Some days, XM4 hits, AK hits, C58. I don't know. It just depends on the day.
What about a sub?
Sub, MP40 and Owen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been using the M13 for like forever and a day. The thing, you can bean somebody. You put that 3 times on there. You can bean somebody with like no sway, no nothing and you can get them way the fuck out there.
Can you control recoil? You think it's good?
Oh, that thing is stupid. Yeah, there's no recoil on it.
Yeah, no recoil, huh?
You know what I mean? It's great. It's like drawing a.
Raz has trouble controlling it.
Yeah.
So
RAM, you fucking shitter. Yeah.
I know whatever, like I said, whatever the meta submachine gun is, no matter, even if I have it, mine does not work as good as theirs does.
Yeah.
I'll pick up a gun.
I'm like, holy shit. Yeah.
And I'll hose them. I'm like, oh my God, this is the greatest gun ever. And I'll look at it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Nah.
Yeah.
I'll build that gun.
Chase metas.
Yeah.
I'll build that gun and that fucking thing won't work. Or the meta changed the next day, whatever it was. So
yeah.
Doesn't matter.
What about you, Olive? What are you rocking?
I switch between a few different ones, but I rock old school. I don't chase the new ones, so I go between stick with the car always.
Okay. Still
Mac,
a great
Milano, and Wellgun. I'll switch between.
Wellgun.
Yeah, I'll
Those are all
switch
good.
between.
Those
But
are all
all my primaries are cars, and secondaries I'll have one of those.
Mac Milano Wellgun.
Yeah, do you only snipe Olive?
Milano especially seems really good with a sniper. Yeah.
Olive's got a 70% headshot.
I had a 72.5%.
Oh, sorry, 70.
Holy shit, that's even higher.
She just fact checked you, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, Bandit, what's your
with
headshot
those numbers, you gotta.
bitch?
Oh, I don't even know, dude.
Yeah, shit on.
You guys missed it.
Actually.
She had a 69 party and everything,
Yeah,
so you guys missed it.
back.
Oh, man.
We had a
you guys missed
69
it.
party.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Don't miss a couple shots so you get back to 69%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You gotta be on
Party.
69%.
I'm with Lag. It literally, changes every day. Whatever I feel like. Actually, not even every day. It's just every game. Like, hey, what do I feel like running right now? The last couple of days, it's been EM2. Before that, it was XM4. I haven't touched the Cold War AK now in like a week or two. But I think EM2 is my favorite recently, actually. EM2 and Owen gun. Auto. I heard that was meta. I heard it was really good.
Did you
guys see that? Did you guys see that clip of Huskers I posted using yesterday? Did you see that, Bandit?
Yeah.
Raz, did you watch that clip of him?
Yeah.
He's just awful, right?
It's actually like 20 hit markers, and then him and Super Evan are like, huh? What? They were so confused.
Yep.
The terrible gun, yeah.
His automaton. Yeah, maybe some people will learn. Hopefully they don't.
No one learned, no.
I like being shot by automatons because I usually kill them.
Oh, yeah. You can stem through it twice. You gain health getting shot if you're stemming.
The Extreme M4 has been real nice, yeah. It's a real solid gun.
That's your favorite
recoil, fast fire rate, good damage. It's just solid. It's not my favorite, no. I prefer the Cold War AK, but I don't think it's as good on this map, to be honest. I like how the Cold
is easier at range.
The Cold War AK fucks. It just fucks, dude. Feels like a good gun. It just fucks. And it is really strong, but I think an XM4 all in all is probably better on Caldera. It's a little easier to control. So
I like the bounce. I like the bounce of the XM4, the recoil pattern. It's nice.
Yeah, it's simple. It's real simple. Yeah. It is bouncy though. I would call it bounce. It's not even recoil. It's bounce. It Borpa bounces, yeah, for sure.
Got it.
Well, don't say that.
So you're on the EM2, is that correct, Bandit?
Oh yeah, I used the Cold War guns for 1 day. Oh, not the Cold War guns. Sorry, the Vanguard guns for 1 day. I think it's Z.
Doesn't know his mount keybind, huh?
Dude, I mean, it's.
I can't think of my keybinds half the time either.
Come on,
you just press it, yeah.
Real interesting.
Yeah, it's Z.
Because you keep that thing on you, huh?
Yeah, I don't use anything else.
He spawns out with a deployable cover to mount on.
Yeah, that also very true. If I see one, I'll kill my own teammates to pick it up. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
It's done it before.
I used EM2 only. I don't care about using other guns. I just like using what kills quick, and it has like the highest headshot percentage, and I aim for the head.
I gotta ask a question. What do you guys think? I'm sorry.
And then my SMGs, right now I'm using the Owen gun because again it has a really nice headshot percentage, and I don't take
it's rare.
The Cope's Owen gun.
Yeah. I see him using an SMG.
Well, yeah, I only use my AM2.
I've never seen you use a sniper. I know that.
Have
you ever picked one up?
Terrible.
Do you have the Modern Warfare Car 98 even leveled up to level 2 yet?
Probably not. What's sniping? I mean, I'll let Olive do that. That's cool. Yeah. If I try and snipe, I just chuck it off a building.
Yeah, he just jumps off a building and dies.
Pickle, what were you going to say, bud?
He had mentioned about shooting. He said he would kill his teammates for the gun. But wasn't that a thing when Warzone came out where you
could run your teammates over?
You could run them over.
Well, you could run them over, or you could shoot them with. You could shoot them, or frag them, or
you could shoot the box into them and kill them.
Yes.
Is that? I thought it was. I thought you could actually shoot your teammates, so you had to be careful of what you were shooting at.
I don't.
That would have been kind of cool.
That was a game mode.
I know they did that.
Was it a game mode?
There was. Yeah, it was like realistic.
Hardcore
Warzone. No HUD and friendly fire on. Yeah.
But I know for a while the vehicle thing was in where you ran your teammates over to kill them.
Yeah.
My favorite was the TikTok trend where people would fabricate clips, and it would be a streamer who is playing duos with randoms, and he gets a random 7-year-old whose mom just died of cancer, and this is his last day of internet. And then the guy's like, man, sounds like you could use a pick-me-up. You ever gotten a win before? And the kid's like, no, sir, I haven't. I would love a win, sir. And then he takes a helicopter, flies it into a building, and exits the helicopter, blows the kid up.
Yeah.
That was a nice trend on TikTok of fabricated clips. None of these things actually happened, but they were funny, and I enjoyed them. And that method of killing your teammates does still work, by the way.
Yeah, you can still bait them
and yeet helicopters into the Pacific Ocean. Yeah.
That's good to know. I need to fly more often with you, Raz. I need to be the pilot, is what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, you're not on controller.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah.
Well, I'm the captain.
Did you?
So.
Yeah.
Got it.
No, I'm the team captain, and I'll break out the GIF if I need to.
Yeah.
I'll break that
It's
thing
him. It's
out,
him
dude.
buying 3 people back.
Yeah,
It's his first time ever doing
Excuse
it.
me?
It's fun.
Excuse me. I killed.
We'll move
the
on.
last
Jake,
2
what guns are
people
you rocking right now?
on that
The
team,
great dirty.
and then bought everyone back, and then we won. You're
Can we
welcome.
mute him? Can we mute
Hashtag
Raz?
team captain. Jake, what guns are you using, buddy?
I've been going back and forth between like the XM4, AK, EM2. Usually the XM4, mostly though, and the Owen gun. It's usually.
Isn't it nice we can change guns though?
It's probably the best meta we've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is probably the best ground loot too.
Well, I
lag?
strongly disagree with that.
I
mean,
I don't
literally
know.
kill
This is
yourself.
I think it's
fucking
best.
terrible ground loot. Half of them are pistols.
And
Yeah, or
Garands.
Einhorns. It's just
They're
Einhorns, dude.
Yeah.
Einhorn,
You have-
snipers, and pistols. Fuck you, lag.
STTs,
Get
M1
out.
Garans.
I find all well guns
The
MP40.
well gun and the STG are the only
They're
good. outfit.
Lag's
Yeah,
aim
but
assist
two-
just snaps to the
2
better
guns
ground.
doesn't make it
pretty
a good
much.
meta.
The KG
Pretty
is
much.
okay too.
I
The
hate that
Gulag
gun.
is the worst
more
it's maybe
velocity.
ever been, though.
Yes.
We gotta stop. We gotta stop.
The Gulag guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gulag guns are
The
horrible.
Gulag
yeah.
guns.
Yeah,
You
you
mean-
mean to rotate them out?
I
Holy
mean,
cow!
it's been what, 4 months, 5 months?
When did Caldera come out?
Yeah,
Wonder if he's
6
played.
months?
That many months.
We're getting a new
new
Gulag with season 3. I wonder if they'll even change the
It's
They'll
gonna
keep
be
the
top
same
break
guns.
only. Yeah.
Top
Yeah.
break only.
It's
Can we
gonna
remove
be
the
a
guns?
fucking
Done.
disaster.
Flying
yeah.
back in with Gulag guns. Jeez, that's so annoying.
All right. I
Yeah.
got one more topic, and then if we want to cover anything else, we can do that. I'll leave that to you guys. Season 3. You excited? You think the game's gonna get better? Do you have any thoughts on the new POIs? The skeleton? Think you can go in that
Big
sucker?
dig.
The dig site? The absolute dig site?
Hopefully. Maybe.
I don't know what you're talking
It's a
about.
POI.
So we're not very excited for season 3 is what I'm gathering here. Because
There's too many
everyone's
bugs right
real
now.
quiet.
I mean,
real quiet.
every time they add a new season, they focus way too much on like the pizzazz and not so much on just fixing bugs. You know, like for the people who have been playing Warzone since day one, like we don't care about as much content. We just want the game to work. You know, so it's like cool
we
new
all
season.
agree with that, and we all know that, and that is the central thesis of this entire podcast. But it's not possible for there to be a new season and not be far too many bugs. So that's just a given, you know. There's gonna be a ton of bugs, but there can still be better seasons than others, despite that. But you're right, of course, it's gonna be a disaster. Yeah.
It would be the best if they fixed all the previous ones, like the money, dropping shit through textures, the shit that's been broken since day one. If there's no other update but fixing all of that, that would be the best season ever.
Yeah, for sure.
If everything stayed exactly the same. So no, the
Plus
more I
we're-
see Timmons getting excited about it, the less excited I get about it.
Wouldn't that be funny if that was a
Directly proportional.
guys? We're gonna fix our fuck ups. Woohoo! That's your new season.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Plus, we're following season like 2.5, or we're season 2 Reloaded, and that was like probably the best season, whatever you want to call it, we've had in a long time. So it's
I
like
agree.
it's following
Yeah.
something so high that I don't know if it'll match.
They
Wow.
sure act like it is.
We have pretty low expectations here. That's surprising. I have pretty high expectations, honestly. I'm fairly excited for this new season. I think making Runway into somewhere worth going is going to be actually potentially quite impactful, because it's not like they're adding a POI that's like Docks, which you just want to avoid, right? It's not that Docks isn't sufficiently built up or interesting. It's that it's not a good POI. But like Runway is going to become a POI that I'd actually want to fight at. So that's going to be really cool, because it's going to be a new playable POI. That's going to be interesting. Peak changes I don't give a shit about. Dig site is a POU, as we talked about. But there were some other things that were good too. What am I forgetting? I know there was more.
They didn't really give us much info. It's pretty much that.
Really?
Yeah,
There's new guns.
Like they keep
Oh, the
blowing it
new
up, but
guns
like
too. Yeah, the new guns.
Yeah, but I mean,
Hopefully
you
a
won't
new
get all
sniper
this shit.
they're
support
Vanguard
AR.
guns. So
I
it doesn't
am
matter.
very, very excited and hopeful that the new fucking AR, the fast fire rate one, becomes the better sniper support than a coupe carbine, so that I can reload it in under 2 minutes. That would be really fucking cool. I'm very excited for that. Under a second. And also that would be nice too if they did that as well. Yeah.
I'll say the thing I'm most interested in is whatever they are going to do with the footstep audio, like Ted said. He said it's not going to be major, but whatever it is the thing I care about the most. In the Baka Bros interview.
The dev blog.
That's not coming at the start of the season, it sounds like, either. That's like later down the line or season reloaded.
They're going to give you cement boots. That's what they're going to do. They're going to make it louder.
Oh, the perk thing. That's right. I wouldn't say I'm excited for whatever the fuck they're doing with lootable perks or whatever, but I am curious what that means. On the roadmap, there was that picture of Tempered on a logo on a backpack. What the fuck does that mean? I'm very curious. I hesitate to say I'm excited because it's probably not good. I don't want more perks, but there are ways in which that would be done well. They are fewer than ways in which it'll be done poorly. Can be done poorly, to be clear. And it is Activision, so it probably won't be done well. But maybe. New contract seems kind of interesting to me as well. But yeah, okay. Interesting.
I'm just excited to see all like the quality of life changes and balancing they've been talking about mostly.
Well, I wish they would actually say what they're doing, because I want to be excited about it, but like I don't know what new gameplay means. I don't know what the sniper changes are.
Well, we'll find out
3 months
Monday,
ago, to increase the time to kill, they wanted to increase the ADS time on every gun, so who knows what the fuck they're going to do.
That's a great point.
You keep giving them credit like, oh, Raven, you're doing so great. Yeah, it's because they ran out of shitty ideas. They went through the whole catalog of shitty ideas, and now they're just getting to the good ones.
Yeah.
Like, hey, maybe we should just increase the health instead of slowing down the ADS on every gun.
So, they listen. To Raven's credit, they didn't actually do that.
Yeah, I mean.
So at least they listened.
And Jake, they got more shitty ideas. They didn't run out of nothing. They're just pacing themselves.
Right. That's a great point as well. Yeah.
They're just on page 2, the shitty ideas.
Yeah. There will be more shitty ideas. They keep them things on them for sure. So, yeah. All right, well, anything else anyone wanted to talk about before we wrap this bitch up?
Could I just say one last thing? Just one tip?
Of course you
just
can,
one
absolutely.
Little thing?
Yes, please.
Okay, as the person with the highest headshot percentage in Dropshot.
Oh, shit, here we go.
The one tip I would like to offer is to get good kids.
Oh, damn!
You guys are dog shit with your sub 70% headshot ratio. Holy shit!
Yeah.
By the way, on that topic, how does headshot percentage work? Is 70% the percentage of shots you land on somebody that are on the head, or is it the percentage of shots that you take that land on somebody's head? Do you know?
It's hit.
It's hit out of
percentage
100
of hits that are in that are on the head.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's funny about it is because you can down somebody in the body, and then you can turn around and shoot them in the head while they're down, and that's a headshot.
That raises it.
Yeah. So that was kind of the whole thing too, because we were laughing about it because she's like, I'm gonna run this thing all the way up as high, because some of the guys were belly aching.
But 50% of my shots were like sniper headshots, and then the other ones would be close quarters because I'm a quick scoper anyways and a melee person. To begin with, so it kind of worked out, one shot, one kill against someone who has 1,000 bullets. So it was always more natural for me, to do the one shot, one kill.
One shot to a one shot. Yeah, that makes sense.
Exactly. So it kind of, So it kind of made it a little more even.
True.
That's cool. That does make sense, actually.
So get good shitters is what she's telling me.
Get good fucking dog shit slash kids. Yes, it's a great tip. All right, with that, we'll do our outros. Say whatever you want about yourself, and if you have any links or plugs, if you have a website, a business, a stream, tell us about it. Bandit.
Yep, I'm Bandit, and you can find me on Twitch at Twitch Bandit997. Bandit was taken, which is super cringe. So there you go.
Bandit.
What's the 997 about?
Tell us about the 997.
Okay, so it's actually from when I was a kid. My dad was always a last 3 digit of a Porsche model number. So it's not actually my birthday. It's a make and model of a car, but it actually is my birthday as well. But yeah. So he was always
September
a 9/11.
97th.
That 90. Yeah, December 97 is my birthday. But so now you all know so much about me.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
It's your social security number.
Well, it's too long. I don't remember it. Numbers are hard, Tanner.
All right. Well, thanks for being on, Bandit. Hope you had a good time.
Thanks for having me. That was fun.
You are very welcome.
Appreciate it.
Jacob, do you stream still?
Nope, never.
Got it.
Maybe when Warzone 2 comes out. Can't do it right now.
He'll be live next week.
Anything you'd like to plug
Jake streams
or
from
say?
Tarkov.
Ted Timmons' Twitter. Go follow him. Retweet everything he tweets. Just, keep giving him credit, man. Telling him, great work, Raven. Really keep it up. You're the biggest studio on earth. You have the biggest game 17 years in a row. And you fix bugs with the speed of lightning. It's amazing. So thank you. Just Ted Timmons, creative director, Raven.
Shout out
Follow
to
him.
Ted Timmons. That's Jake's plug. Fantastic. All right. Well, thanks for coming back, Jake. Cope.
Cope Cowboy on Twitch. Yeah, it's everything.
Got it. Jax.
Yeah, where can we buy your milk, Cope?
Well,
I keep trying. He keeps telling me no. So.
He doesn't. It's not for.
I want fresh farmed milk overnighted to me.
Tanner gets
Is it legal to sell unpasteurized milk in Canada? Because it's not here.
It's not.
No?
Cringe.
Super cringe. Yeah. Fuck Pastor. All right, Jax.
Thanks for having me. And I just got to say, I would Darce Papa Shido in real life.
I think you would. Yeah, I think you would. Pop is both a child and the fattest person in the Discord. Yeah, just a
So
giant fat little pig. That's Papa Shido. So yeah, Jax, any plugs or anything you wanna?
No, I haven't really been making content or anything recently. I've been busy with other stuff, but yeah, just thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
No problem. All right, and great sweatshirt, by the way. Olive, you're up.
Thank you again for having me here. It's __Olive on all socials. I play nightly and mainly kicking Pickle's ass, but
slow down.
You guys should 1v1 one of these nights.
Yeah, 1v1 right now.
A lot.
Settle down. Settle down over there.
1v1 car 98s.
I think I had 11 kills to their 1 or something like that.
Whatever.
Whoa.
I didn't even have my game
that.
wasn't even on.
I see. We'll have to check the VOD. We'll have to check the VOD. Yeah. All right. Well, Olive, thank you very much for being on.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Pickle.
So, a couple of quick things. One, are we still pushing Manscaped here?
Yes, we absolutely are.
Okay, well, let me tell you guys. The
Unless you have a competing promo code.
No. The Manscaped boxer briefs. Very nice.
Solid,
I told
dude.
you, dude.
Actually
Very,
solid.
dude, listen. They're very soft, very cuddling. You know what I'm saying?
They cuddle your little buns, yeah.
Yes, they're very nice. I just ordered. I used my Dropshot thing there. Yeah, promo in there, and I got me some money off, and I got me some new skivvies coming. So
let's go, dude.
That's first thing, right? All right. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, for all you guys that are watching and listen to this and all that want to stream and get into all this stuff, people don't understand. You know, when you mention streaming to people or gaming, they just kind of roll their eyes and stuff. The people that we've met through gaming has been incredible. I've been playing with guys for 10 years, since Black Ops 1, that we still play with today. And, we've celebrated birthdays and births and, mourn deaths and all that stuff. And it's such a great community, and you don't realize how many friends you end up having, even if you don't see them physically. We're in Chicago, but we got people that I consider friends all over the country, all over the world.
Yeah.
That we talk. We'll talk on the phone or text or whatever. You know what I mean? And so don't hesitate to do it. The other thing is, don't worry about spending a bunch of money on streaming gear. Just get something that works. Just get something that works, and start streaming.
Yeah. And then if you do it for a year and then you want to upgrade, then you can do it. But yeah.
I mean, and so that's that. So anyways, it's the Pickle. Call me Pickle. You can catch me at It's the Pickle across all platforms: TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, and of course Pornhub. So that is it. Thank you for having me, and all that nonsense Olive was talking about, kicking my ass and all that. That's
fake news.
Listen, if anybody 1v1s her, okay, just don't play Olive's game. That's all. That's what it is. I can't beat her in snipers. I can't. So I don't try.
Yeah.
So that's it. So.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for being on, Pickle. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
And next, Razinon. Hey, Raz, thanks for having me on, man. It's been an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure. I have never had a more engaging, thoughtful, incisive conversation in my entire life until today, because you are just a towering intellect, and I'm in awe of you. Thanks, Raz. I really appreciate that. Where can people find you? Go to the dropshot.com. You could find links to all them things there, dude. Twitter, which we're trying to get 1,000 goddamn Twitter followers, by the way. We
never will.
And I'm not kidding. Okay, I mean this. This is not a joke, and I'm not exaggerating, and I'm not being hyperbolic. If you have a Twitter account and you listen to this podcast and you're not following at the Dropshot Pod on Twitter, fuck you, actually.
Yeah.
And you should be shot. Face the wall.
So we're not doing Raz and Tanner no more? Now it's Dropshot Pod?
Oh, we're following all three.
All of them.
That's what we're doing. We're following all three.
Hold on.
Looks like Pickle's doing it live.
There we go. If you go to at the Dropshot Pod on Twitter, Tanner and I are linked there.
Shot. Hey, check that out.
There we go.
Pod.
See?
Let's fucking go. Following, baby.
Huge.
Done.
Let's
fucking
go.
Done.
Be like Pickle. Get that thing out. Follow us now. We don't have even 1,000 Twitter followers.
Whip it out and do it now.
It is fucking unacceptable, and I won't stand for it. And there might not be an episode on Thursday unless at the Dropshot Pod on Twitter has 1,000 followers. It's
904.
Absurd. It's absurd.
It's
5,000 of you are going to listen to this episode. How is not 1/5 of that following us on the most used fucking app of all time? It's outrageous. So make it happen. At thedropshot.com. You can follow us there. Find me there. Thanks, Raz. Next, Tanner.
Tarkov's better than Warzone. That's all I have to say.
Got it, and we'll edit that out.
Much better, by the way.
Lag.
Tanner, thanks for having me. Raz, fuck you.
Got it, and we'll edit that out too.
Twitch, Lag Show on every platform. Yeah.
With a 0 instead of an O.
Yeah, 0 instead of an O.
Change it, Lag.
I can't. Someone took Lag Show.
Change it to Lag Show 1 then or something. Lag Show
underscore
69.
Lag underscore.
Lag Metal Plate Show.
Yeah.
How about Lagstifer?
Lagstifer.
It's a beautiful name.
It's gorgeous.
Good.
I like it.
Lagstifer.
It's a handsome name.
It's a handsome name, yeah.
Yeah, no,
a handsome man would be named Lagstifer. You know? All right, that's it. Thank you all for being here. It's been fun. I'm expecting a call from the committee, but we'll keep you guys posted on Thursday if and only if at the Dropshot Pod on Twitter has 1,000 or more followers. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for watching. Go to the Patreons, the best way to support the program. You know the fucking vibes. Have an excellent evening, of course. And as always, remember, join the fucking Discord and stay humble.
Humble.